That was absolutely perfect. I love it.
Die for.
That was to die for. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if we're going to include that, but we had the perfect synchronized clap for like the first time ever in trying this.
It's like synchronized swimming, but for clapping.
Yeah.
I almost cried.
It was just that beautiful. Anyway, welcome back. We are once again to Die For. Thanks for joining us. My name's Aaron. I'm going to be the DM once again. Maybe we'll change it up someday. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. So we'll go for our standard introduction, starting on my left.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm playing Boz, the elf druid.
I am Alyssa. I'm playing Ayala, the reborn high elf warlock.
Hello, I'm Michaela. I'm playing Helene the Halfling, and I am a rogue.
Hello, I'm Jaden, and I will be playing Azure, the Tiefling Barbarian. Yes, that is my existence today.
And together we are to Die For. So,
Yes, we are.
last time, the party, after having reconnected with the old traveling companion, or slave companion.
Slaving
I
companion.
was going to say slaving, not quite. Slave companion Mazamunde. The party set off from Ella's Fae through the South Gate in about a week, estimated week-ish long expedition to Suderhiem. Unfortunately, Mazamunde was detained once again at the gates for future questioning, so he has not made it back with the party yet.
It's possible he's back in jail.
There's a fair chance that that's happened.
Just
Hard
a
to
little
tell
bit.
with him. Never know.
Just a little bit.
But the party continued on by foot, traveling south around the base of the mountains and progressing through the fields and eventually getting to the canyon pass, where large plateaus spring up, where the terrain has gotten a little harsher. The weather, despite the time of year, you can definitely tell an increase in temperature, a dryness hitting the air. And this area is known to be it's a lot more known for the dangers that it possesses. Rumors of bandits have sprawled around here, some unknown monsters, and some just weird sightings of other creatures that can't be confirmed by any reputable sources. Needless to say, on their way there, the party passed the occasional traveler here and there, but nothing too much, as many of the travelers do prefer to go by sea if possible, but being strapped for cash, that wasn't really a practical option at this time. So entering into the canyon after a few days of travel, the party eventually found a fork in the road where, unfortunately, despite Boz's limited and distant experience on this path, were unable to determine which way the standard path went.
I do not remember this place. No, I have no memory of this place.
I have no
I'm
memory.
sorry, I failed.
You tried. That's all that matters.
So, the party decided to split up, one going left and one going right. On the right, there were some tracks that were seen. On the left, there were other tracks. But to the left also, hiding around one of the little bends in the canyon, you did see a little bit of an upturned cart. So collectively, the party decided to go that way.
We went right.
Yeah, we went right.
Was it right?
We were on the right side.
It's
Yeah.
been a month.
Because
Oh,
we're always right. That's why we went right.
I swear it was left. Okay, going right. Semantics.
really matter.
There we go. Anyway,
Potato.
going into this pathway, the party did find an upturned cart with with additional mounds that were covered in dust, along with a heavy layers of dust around the cart as well. The party started to investigate, poking and prodding around just a little bit, trying to keep an eye out, but not really seeing much, until Helene saw a pair of eyes on the canyon wall looking at them from where they had just come from down the... So...
Helene always spots danger.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How often is Helene in danger?
All the time.
With some potential danger sighted and the eyes adjusting, Helene started to notice more and more as she pointed out, and I believe it was Boz who also then.
I start to just see the whole
Sorry,
wall moving.
Many
You're like that.
shapes started
Wildly terrifying.
moving. You could tell these creatures are winged with large eyes. They've got more sinewy type of bodies, but they blend in very well with the canyon wall, as some of them are anywhere from 10 to 40 feet just kind of up the side of these walls. As the eyes start opening and all kind of looking at you, as the party decided to band together a little bit, and that's where we left off.
Oh yeah. Keep going.
So, with the party, just to recap, consisting of the 4 here, and Kron,
And
Kron,
And Mans.
the Warforged,
Mans
that's
doesn't
been...
count.
Mans.
And
He's not a whole
Aeol.
body. He's a nobody.
Wow.
I mean,
And not
Wonder who
Aeol
he's
is
strangling first.
Nobody.
So-
Ha ha ha.
Nobody loves me.
So, anyways,
it's true.
With everyone aware that there's danger, but I would say only Helene and Boz have visually been able to see all of it to this point because they've not started moving.
And that's way too far for my dead eyes to look.
it's too
But with
bright
that-
for you.
It is too bright for me.
What do your dead eyes see?
To die for, what do you guys want to do at this point?
Die.
It does not
So-
seem that it is imminent danger, but it is obviously right there, and there is no kind of precedent that you guys are aware of as to what to do.
To clarify, they are on the wall behind us, correct? So we technically passed them on our way. in?
Yes, you pass them on your way.
Are
So
they
we can
on
keep moving
the
in.
left side of that wall as we came in, or on the right side, or are they on both
thought they were on
sides?
Both.
Yeah, I thought they
On
were
both
both.
sides.
Okay. Now, is it like just
Yeah.
a straight path kind of a thing, or did it open up a little bit here
It's-
around the cart?
It was about a 10-foot
'Cause we had-
wide space.
Yes. So we had that, and then it turned, it curved, but did it open up at all, or is it still like this 10
You
foot
haven't gone past that to be able to see.
wide? Okay.
So you see the canyon continuing on in a little bend to continue going down further. As it bends a little, it's obstructed your sight, so you're not sure what's past that point. But the pathway varies between 10 to 20 feet in this area right now.
Can I, with my wisdom or perception or my insight, can I perceive if these creatures mean us any harm, or if they're just staring at us like curious?
dinner.
It's still
Roll
daytime.
me a wisdom.
Just straight wisdom or insight?
I'm not going to say insight on
Okay.
this because you're just trying to base it off of appearance, so I'm just going to say your actual wisdom.
Yeah, we can't see their expressions, so we
Yeah.
can't judge their
There's nothing
motive.
personal of them that you're trying to discern, that you can discern from, really.
Well, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Sorry, you needed a 9.
I would say you don't know for sure,
Those
but the
lizard eyes.
logic says that anything that lives here probably isn't friendly, but you're not sure if it's innately hostile.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm going to look at the cart. Does it look ripped to shreds, like it was attacked by things flying? And
Good.
clawing at it?
Are you wanting to just take a glance at
I'm
it,
just
or
going to take a glance at it.
okay? Roll me a perception.
I'd like to walk over closer to the cart. That way I can, have cover if need be.
19.
Okay, 19. So, taking a glance at the cart, it's hard to see any details because the entirety of it's really been covered in dust. However, you can tell that for the most part, most of the functionality seems to be there. Cart isn't smashed. It appears that there's maybe some structural damage, maybe from being overturned, so you're not sure if you could just flip it and use it. But there aren't any obvious signs of major breakage or tears in it.
I have a
Actually,
feeling
that's
if we
not a
flip it, it's
terrible
going to be a
idea.
mimic. And it's going to eat us. Just kidding.
Is it a closed on 4 sides cart, or is the
Open
the
top.
truck bed open? Does
Yeah,
it have a
it's
truck bed?
it's an open top.
Okay. So if I walk around to the end of it, can I see underneath it, or does it have that 4th wall?
With it kind of being overturned, there's dust buildup all around it, so you can't really see anything underneath it.
Okay.
I
so,
will-
Let me rephrase real quick.
Okay.
So, like, you know how trucks have, like, the truck bed, but you know how some trucks do not have the door of the truck bed?
Yeah.
I've seen carts that are that way, too. So I'm asking if it has that back piece, because it is
The
overturned,
tailgate.
yes.
Gotcha,
Does
like
it
a
have
tailgate.
Yes, thank you, that word. Does it have a tailgate?
It does seem to have just a built-in tailgate.
Okay, cool.
So-
I thought that it might, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this one does. This doesn't seem like brief dimensions of it seem to indicate that it's much more for like pulling, not necessarily for travelers to go in and out of.
That's fair.
All right,
Like
now
storing
I will
things.
alert the others, saying, "Everyone, be quiet. We appear to be being watched.
Be quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
No more like they're hunting us."
I think that we had informed them in theory, because I informed you at least.
Yeah.
But
You told me. I just didn't see him.
If I remember,
That's fair.
yeah, you had.
Oh, that's right,
You
that's
had
what it was.
informed the two of us as well. We just didn't see shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
rolling well
well-
last time.
you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Does it look like anything has tried to burrow under the cart?
No, the dust has not been disturbed at all. Besides the small amount of poking and prodding that you guys have done.
Let's
And by
grab-
dust, it's not just like a thin layer. It is like seemingly almost like inches of dust.
So let's say this canyon doesn't get much wind then.
So
Let's-
Boz, did we want to try to use this maybe as cover? Or do we want to just kind of leave it and keep going? Because I don't know how I feel about those weird lizard back creature things, but I don't want to stay here much longer.
I think we should keep moving further down.
It's probably a good idea. I'll follow after you. I'm going, guys.
All right.
As I'm like riding, like basically face in his ass. I'm just standing here, like, okay, we're
Azure-
going.
Azure, keep the rear.
I'll stay in back with Azure. So he doesn't have to be all by himself.
Oh no, we're in a line.
Oh, I figured.
So I'm just right in the middle. There's this one, me,
It's-
and then those two in the back. Where's
And
Kron?
then Kron's in the dead center.
Yeah, so Kronspiel's like, I can't be a shield of sorts.
I'm
if
okay
you'd
with that.
like. I'm used to that purpose.
Man, just
So
a paladin
he takes
for-
more of a, as that kind of happens, he steps back closer to the line to be more between you guys and the danger,
Okay,
which,
so is he behind these two then?
yeah, he'll actually
Okay.
move to that point. And you see him like kind of going up and his eyes just kind of going, but they never train to the same place, so you're kind of assuming he probably doesn't see them.
Can you see them, Kron? Do you see the creatures on the walls? Are your eyes, what do your robot eyes see?
I just seek and ends,
Okay.
Let's just
but
keep moving
I
then.
trust you.
You trust her.
He stops and looks away like,
Does he think
should
that
I
I'm lying?
not?
You think that I'd lie about something like this?
Well, let's just keep moving, okay?
God,
Now's not a good time to get your voices up.
that is fair.
Well, I can't hear you. I'm just kidding.
All right.
I said.
So, are you guys attempting to move stealthily
I
onwards
think
through this?
We just move.
I think
We'll
Or
just
just
move.
moving?
nonchalant is a good way. Like pretending
Yeah.
that we didn't see them. We're just kind of going about our own business. We're not running.
We're not stealthing. They already see us.
They
so there's no
see
point.
us, so we're not
Yeah,
sneaking
so-
away.
All right.
Don't be suspicious.
So,
Don't
you guys
be
continue down the pathway. And as you go around the bend, and
Just around the river.
I would say
bend.
with Boz, yeah,
so glad
just
somebody else.
around the canyon bend.
So glad. I looked once more.
So, as you guys continue around it, out of sight, the creatures on the walls do not appear to stir and chase.
Okay.
And you all continue on until you're out of sight. And looking on ahead, you just see a continuation of the canyon. As walls on both sides are still as high as ever. You see
How
some
tall
almost
are the walls?
they're pushing 40, 50 feet.
Oh, I was thinking like a couple 100 feet.
Not as much here, but you can get the sense that, you guys have just entered into this canyon area. It's likely to get more.
Okay.
Okay. And it's only been a little while since we came in here, correct?
You've only been traveling in the canyon for like
Maybe
an hour.
10 minutes?
or-
Oh, really?
Actually, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, like an hour or so.
Yeah, because we were traveling a little bit before we came to the fork.
Yeah.
So I have a question. It's kind of like a not a plateau.
Mesa.
Yeah, so it's just rises in the ground, right? Or
Yes.
wow, words are not working.
Almost like a pillar-esque type
Yes.
of plateau.
Oh, words are hard.
It looks like
But,
Monument
like-
Valley.
mountain
Yeah,
goats could
mountain
climb
valley.
up the side of it, kind of a thing. It's pretty like there are spots. There's
Much
rocks
more-
sticking out here and there.
Yes, but picture more of Grand Canyon scaled down a little bit in this section.
I could climb that.
There's parts, but there's others as the rock kind of warps where sometimes it actually like will create little bits of overhang and other stuff. It's not
Mission Impossible.
sure.
Helene impossible.
do.
Oh shit.
You're like, watch out for that first step. It's
Okay.
a doozy.
Well, I would like to keep an eye out for a good spot, a better spot where I could climb up and kind of get a look and see where we're going. That way I can have a feel for direction here too. Because, I mean, yes, we can only go one direction right now, but I just want to see where our destination is and
Okay. Keep in mind also with that type of canyon design, the only way to be able to do that is if you would be able to climb the 40, 50 plus feet to the top.
yes.
And then actually have an oversight.
yes. That's
Okay.
my thought process.
You
I
are
can
not
do
a
that.
You are not a billy goat.
You can attempt that.
I can attempt that.
Oh,
I am
Lord.
fairly acrobatic, so
Okay, who wants to watch Helene climb a straight-faced cliff?
catch me.
We all just step out of the side.
The anvil
Not
falls,
doing it yet.
and anvil follows.
So, for right now, you guys are just continuing on then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cautiously, looking
Cautiously.
around.
All right. I would like two of you to go ahead and roll me perception checks then.
Mine's yours.
What's your perception?
+6.
What's your perception?
I don't know. That's Mans's. Hold on.
What's your perception? Okay, cool.
My
I'm rolling
perception
one.
is 0.
I got it.
Okay, two of us.
Ooh, that wasn't good.
16.
Boz rolled
7.
that one.
7.
16.
But in that one.
But 7.
Ew.
All right. So, Boz, you're not seeing anything, but every time you kind of instinctually look back, you swear the second you look back, you see this tiny bit of movement, and then it's just gone.
It's
from
completely
where-
distracting the entire time.
Yeah, you can't help but continuously keep looking back, and you're not processing anything else besides just a hyperfixation.
So now
Something
Boz
moved.
is
It's
actually a bit
moving.
paranoid. So
Huh?
he's become a bit paranoid.
Yep. Paranoia has.
I think
You've
I'm
obtained paranoia.
Whoops.
All right.
and complicated.
Helene, with yours, you're confident looking back just once or twice. You don't see any movement, and everything seems pretty steady there. And you know exactly what to look for.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're pretty confident they're not following you. So you're able to devote a lot more of your attention actually scanning around for the remainder of the canyon. Now, something that did also initially pique your guys' interest, you did see tracks leading into this area. And as you continue to go on, you do see more tracks. But there's other stuff that you realize. Every once in a while, you do see smaller and finer layers of dust that have built up on different like hard patches on the trail. Nothing super deep, but just kind of fine ones. And you still actually see every here and there signs of some foot traffic that's gone through. Not heavy amounts indicating like a caravan, but the odd one here and there where it's not on hard stone or some loose rocks where it's, you know, easily covered up. It's just on these places where there's that layer of dust. So it seems like fairly recently there has been like some movement, but not enough to suggest, or not enough to suggest that this is a main thoroughfare of sorts. But there has been something. Besides from that, though, in your immediate vicinity, everything seems pretty quiet. So what would you guys like to do?
I say we just keep walking.
Just keep swimming.
Can
Nope,
I-
we're not swimming.
These are human tracks, correct?
Everything indicates so, or at least humanoid. You see boot prints. You see some that seem to be even like cartwheel tracks.
Any horse or donkey or
You do
pulling
see
animal,
you do see one that seems to be like a hoof.
hoofed animal?
Yeah, but again, it's all fairly sporadic.
Can I tell how old it is with my background if I roll really well?
I will let you roll a survival check.
Okay. I'm rolling again because it was an at 1, and I have lucky. So now it is a 16.
16.
Which is better than a nat 1.
Is it?
So the
It's a
biggest thing
little
that you're
bit.
realizing right now is that there seems to be, based on your understanding of everything, some inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Because the depths of some of these tracks suggest that, hey, there seems to be like a little bit of dust that's kind of blown over it, but not too much. So it indicates it's probably hasn't been too long. But I want you to roll one more. Just roll me a straight intelligence check.
Okay. That's a 10.
It's a 10.
Not
Okay.
terrible.
Good job,
Well,
Helene.
my intelligence is +0. I'm not exactly intelligence. I'm not book smart,
So that's a very average roll.
but I'm smart.
Yeah.
Street smarts.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know what? I didn't exactly go through finishing school up in the mountains when they were training me to kill shit. Thank you.
Anywho. So
So anal.
something's not adding up.
No.
Between the
Kayla knows
differing
that. Helene knows that. It's pissing
Yeah.
me off.
It's subtracting up.
the differing layers of dust that you see, that almost seems to be the only spots that you see tracks of sorts. It just isn't consistent enough. You know you're missing something. You can tell that these tracks probably aren't too old, but it makes it hard to gauge whether it's been just like a few days or if it's been a few weeks.
Okay, so there's like dust on top of the dirt or on top of the flat stuff. It's like,
On top of rocks, more than just like, oh, hey, it's just some like dirt and some like natural dust.
does
You
it
can
look like people have been like racing through there so they like kicked up a lot of dust
No.
and threw it off to the sides, or is it like pretty even throughout
It
the
looks
whole-
even in areas, and that's what's weird. Because it's
I don't-
even in some areas, and then it's almost absent in others.
Hey, Boz, as we're walking. Where did you live in a cave? Where was that?
It was northeast of here, on the other side of a. It was on the other side of
That one place.
Do you have any experience with deserts?
Deserts aren't exactly.
No, northeast isn't exactly desert.
No, it's those mountains outside Setja.
Ayala, do you have any experience with deserts?
Just the frozen ones up north.
Oh, fuck. Are snowstorms like sandstorms?
No, not really.
In a sense, they can be.
The dust has to be pretty thick to be more like a sandstorm. Dust storm, snowstorm, I mean.
Well, I mean, we're in a canyon too. Could this be Azure? Have you
So
ever
with that-
lived in the desert?
He's going to take a look at the dust because usually canyons are. Wind whips through canyons pretty good.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me investigation.
He's going to give himself guidance on that one because he's been so focused on what's behind him. He needs to focus on what's ahead of him. 11. So better than before.
11. The dust seems natural in that, you know, its properties seem just that of dust. There's nothing special about it. It's again in the placement of it, where there are areas where it seems to just be this scattering and sometimes almost layering of this fine dust everywhere, and then others that seem completely void of it.
Something seems wrong, but I can't put my finger on it.
What is this? As Michaela speaking, I'm trying to understand what you're meaning by like layering of dust. Like, where would you see this happening? Like,
So, like, it's on top of the TV, but it's not on the nightstand.
So-
okay.
It's like there would be dust on my side of the table, but no dust on your side of the table. It's kind of like when a tornado cuts through an area and some of the houses are not touched, but the others are just decimated.
Okay. Yeah.
Think of it, okay, maybe like this, of where if you're just doing a light dusting on shelving and furniture, but you don't move anything off of it, if you were to then all of a sudden move those things off,
There's
you would
gonna be
see
a
the
ring
buildup
or
and all of that
something.
around
Yeah.
it. So
that's kind of what it looks like?
minus that something was there, it's just straight. But it's very clearly like something
Something
like the
is
dust was
missing. Something
only
is
wi-
literally missing.
Something is, well, it would be most things are missing. It's more of just that the dust decided to only form and settle on like small locations.
Okay.
And they're not like small within like a foot. It's like, hey, within like a few feet of this area, there's dust everywhere. But then you go 10 feet over there and there's nothing. And then a few more,
Okay,
like
the
there's more
next-
dust over there, and then there's no dust here.
Dust pile that we find. Can I like kick it all out of the way?
So like one of the big piles.
Like in the snow when you're a little kid and you just like go through it like that, just like
Dragging your feet.
Yeah, dragging your feet kind of a thing. I want to do that right through the middle of the pile.
Okay. Looking around, because you did notice some of those piles back before around the cart, which you guys didn't investigate.
Oh shit!
We were too focused on the thing behind us.
Oh.
But you don't, looking around now, you don't see any of those large piles anymore.
Maybe the piles of
Yeah.
dust are.
Neat.
Yeah.
Were you assuming that the piles of dust are dead people from dragons?
No.
That the dragons just incinerated them?
Just dragons burrowing themselves in the dirt or whatever animals
Bless.
they are. The lizard things, the
Bless.
lizard bat things. What if they just burrowed themselves under the sand a little bit? They're just.
How's that go again? Just checking.
We're
you
so
make
gonna
it
clip that.
Yes. Just put it on repeat.
All together now. 1, 2, 3. All right. So are you guys wanting to go back to investigate or continue
No.
forward?
I don't know if it's a good idea to go back there right now. Maybe if we run into a dead end or something, but I think just going forward is probably our best bet.
I'm a little bit. Boz is still a little bit paranoid from before. He still thinks he's looking back and seeing movement, so he does not want to go.
I just
Back
want to
again.
keep going.
So yeah, he's gonna. Basically, I'm gonna say, let's just keep moving forward. We don't know what's ahead of us, but we know that there's something not good behind us.
You don't know it's not good. You're just assuming it's not good. Like, you guys assumed I wasn't good.
I never assumed that.
Well, are you good?
Are you? That's
Kind
what I
of, I guess.
thought. No.
I mean, relatively speaking, I don't kill people unless they deserve it.
Are we talking morally or skilled?
Yes.
Oh, well, skill-wise. If we're talking skill-wise, yeah. I think we were talking morally, though. Morally gray?
Is that good?
It's not good. It's not bad.
I mean, are any of us really on the moral up and up?
Are we good guys?
Are we good people? Are we good people, really?
I'd like to think so.
Kron seems to be pretty good.
Just see them there just like looking around.
What did I get myself into?
Crawling with butterflies on his shoulder. It's him. He's the good one.
I'd like to think I'm good.
No,
I'm trying
plot
to save
twist.
things.
Kron is like,
The big bad.
yeah. He is like
Don't do that
angry.
to
Angry. He's like
us.
chaotic evil with mans.
All right. So, with you guys continuing on through the canyon, you continue down this path as it continues on uninterrupted for another hour or so.
No more creatures, no more dust piles.
No more creatures. The dust piles and the level of dust also become less frequent and eventually
Told
cease.
you. I bet that they were the little lizard things just burrowed in the ground. I bet that was like their lair, their nest.
Well,
I
whatever,
still have yet to see these lizard things that you speak of.
whether it
It's
was or
not my
not,
fault you can't
we didn't.
see outside.
We didn't upset them, and so we're still alive. So that's
girl.
good.
Can I pop Helene?
Can I dodge? I'm gonna
You
dodge.
can roll to hit.
I'm dodging.
So
I see it coming. I'm
you're
like,
going
"Oh."
to take the dodge action. So roll with disadvantage.
Oh, damn it. That's still not bad. What do I add to that?
Oh no, you're not at it.
You're not doing
She's beating
anything.
your AC.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
They're attacking you.
I didn't beat your AC.
No?
No.
Oh, hun, I'm so sorry.
Can I hit her in real life now?
I don't have any rules against that, so go for it.
Save me, Jaden.
Jaden's on my side.
There is an entire buffer between me and Alyssa. I don't think there's anything I could do.
Ow.
All right. So after about an hour of travel with the dust settling down, you guys probably start getting into more of a comfortable walking pace once again, seeming that whatever danger might have been back there seems to have been avoided. You continue on. That is until as the canyon starts to open up briefly, and you see a large area where it almost actually the ground beneath you kind of slopes down a little bit.
Just slight valley.
It's a slight valley, but we're not talking that you're going
No.
down like 20 feet. It's like, hey,
It dips down like
just
5.
about 5-ish
10.
feet. And unlike other spots where you did see every once in a while almost like the pillars of rock jutting from the ground, here is completely open, and you see as you're kind of looking around this large, it almost starts to look more like a basin.
Okay.
As at the other end, you see the signs as the walls had grown up, and it seems the remnants of what used to maybe be a waterfall. As you can see, the edges or the top of the canyon wall kind of worn down at area, but it's completely dried up, with no water existing right now. But what you do notice is that basically right underneath the base of where this ancient waterfall probably used to be, you'd see an opening into the canyon wall, seemingly entering into a cave of sorts. And looking around, there is also no other pathways, as you realize that this is a dead end.
Awkward.
So, I think that we should sit down for a second and eat food because I'm hungry, and it's probably like midday or so at
It's
least.
about midday at this point, yeah.
I'm kind of hungry, and I think we should think about what we're gonna do next, cause that's a hole going into the ground, and I don't know where it goes. I don't know what's in there, but I also don't necessarily want to go back and past those creatures again. But
Let's discuss this over food.
yeah.
Literally plops down just right there. Just-
All right, so you guys plop down, pull out your sacks, start munching away with any rations or other, maybe some extra cactus fruit that you had picked from
No.
before.
Please do not.
There's nothing wrong with cactus fruit. It's a lot
You
better
know what?
than
It's
potatoes.
aggressively high.
Give me a moment. I will
yams.
make sure it's clear. It's edible. So if you guys collected anything, I will use the ritual to cast to purify food and drink.
That does seem very beneficial. I can't say that it's super necessary for me, and if you can
Do you
not
even
do
eat?
that, I do not.
I didn't think so.
Gosh, Karen, you can't just ask somebody if they eat.
Do you have to
You
recharge
can't.
your batteries or anything?
How do you fuel up?
Probably the same way I do after a
I
long
go
rest.
into a resting state, but besides
And you
from
recharge
that,
yourself? Are you solar powered?
what is solar?
You get energy from the sun.
I don't believe so. Most of my time was spent in homes, but I
That is
also
true.
was in that basement for a few years and still work.
That is fair too.
So I believe that I have some level of magical enchantment
That
that
would make
keeps me
sense.
running.
Do you remember where you were made?
Made no
You were created. Or activated.
activated.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a while ago, though.
How long
But-
ago?
I believe about.
What year was it? Who was the president?
Well, we
Wasn't the
had
Halls of
the
President?
same king, or high king for roughly a few hundred years now. Yes.
Yes.
We've had the same king for. Really?
Yes.
What is he? Is he an elf?
Yes.
That makes sense.
He doesn't like me very much.
Wait, you know the king?
Absolutely.
You know the king personally?
Yes, I do.
In different senses.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
Baby.
I made stuff for his court. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
Wow.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
ooh, baby.
Her mind out of the gutter.
I know.
Not possible.
Facts.
No, I did it know that you could know the king personally. What is he like?
Well, for me, he was very generous and
It's very charming.
not really, kind of noteworthy. I mostly worked for the women of the court, not him.
Oh.
He put on an air of regality, but he was cruel.
Not to me.
Yes, but you didn't know the way I did.
That
What way did you know him?
exactly.
We were on the opposite side of the what's it called? The political table.
Oh.
So, it was a political rival. Were you trying to also become king?
I never wanted to be king.
But
Sorry.
were
I don't
you
wanna-
going to become king?
No, there was no way. That wasn't my path ever.
So speaking
No,
of
your path was
paths,
letting my parents die.
He gets real sad at that.
Did I miss something?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
this should be another time.
yeah. So speaking of paths, Boz, you said you've traveled this way before, right?
Yeah,
Do you have
and
any memory of that?
no, I've never come this way before.
And if it goes to a cave, it must not have been the right way.
We're gonna have to go back
Probably.
through those things.
Do we want to investigate, or do we not want to risk it?
Well, most caves have another exit. There's always at least two ways, especially if water goes through them.
I don't
From
know if water
That
goes
seems
through
dangerous
it, though.
assumption.
From the path, from the direction this is going, if we went through there, it would most likely end in the bay next to Suderhiem.
You lived in a cave for a while, so it should be familiar to you, right?
Sort of, but this is not. My cave was made by broken down sandstone from rain, so I had a flat floor. This is not a flat floor.
How far away is it from us? How big is this basin that we're in?
Oh, it's a good 200 feet away.
Okay.
Like 200 to 300 feet. It almost seems like this basin at one point maybe was a lake.
Yeah.
That it kind of filled up and the water continued to run through, but as that dried up, everything just kind of went with it. But again, there for some reason was a cave behind it
Behind the waterfall.
where that was. Yeah.
So I
Oh, this
don't
wasn't the cave
think-
that the lake broke.
No.
No.
Oh. Still, though, it would be the same way. They would go, or bandits use it as a hideout or something.
I'd say maybe we go to the edge and kind of peek in and investigate a little bit.
I'm
or
okay
maybe
with
see if
that.
there are tracks or animal droppings or something. But I don't really feel comfortable just assuming that there's an exit because that's not always true. There are lots of holes in the ground that are just holes in the ground and they don't have another way out.
Let's go take a look. But right now, the plan's to turn around and go back.
Yeah. I think that's going to be our best bet for getting out of this maze.
All right. Who wants to go check?
I can be sneaky.
I'll follow.
Nope, I'll go.
No, I'm going to be sneaky.
What's the worst that could happen? It kills me.
Why did you ask if you all then fought over it?
I don't know why she fought over it. I said I'll go with
I
it. She's
also
like,
said
me.
I'd go.
I'll be honest, I had a feeling this was gonna
I'm sorry, I've been
happen.
dealing with
I
kids
don't
all
trust
day.
myself going in there. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna pick up Helene
No, I'm being sneaky. She didn't even know I left.
and I'm gonna walk in there.
We're
I
going
rolled
in
my
the same direction.
sneakiness already.
Hey, I have an idea. Seeing
I'm-
as three of us want to go in, how about we all just go in?
But I'm sneaky and you're not.
I would also argue that just because you rolled for sneak doesn't mean there was anything to sneak behind.
No, I just turned invisible.
Yeah.
I am one with the landscape.
She's still against the wall. It's still in plain view of everyone. Just kind
There's a
of
road that lets you
the whole
do
Kronk thing. Sing her theme music.
All right. So collectively, it sounds like everyone's going over to give it a
Yes.
peek.
I mean, they're all going.
Okay, once we get there, I want to be sneaky and look in.
Because Helene threw such a fit about her going in, I'm going to stay back behind everybody and just
Oh, come on.
idly watch behind. Don't you come on me. That's it. You owe me dinner
How about,
and a date.
Oh, what about a home cooked meal? Maybe a rabbit or two.
I'm in real life.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
All right. Back to, roleplay fantasy.
Well, for some people this could be.
So,
21
you
and
all
up here now.
you all get to the edge of the mouth of the cave here with Ayala standing in the very back. With Helene, what was your stealth roll?
15 and 12 is 30, 28, 27.
27? Okay.
Yeah.
So you are
It was a
very,
lot.
very sneaky.
Yeah.
All right. So getting to the mouth of the cave, you do see what seems to be more signs of some footprints and maybe actual, like, the stone wearing on little parts. So it seems like there was foot traffic of some sort that's gone in and out of here significantly more than anything else that you've been able to pick up. And as you're looking around, you don't see any signs of life inside the cave. You don't see any barrel structures or anything of that note. However, Helene, you do notice that about just 3 feet into the cave, you see a single copper piece that's got like a little bit of dust on it. And then like a little farther in, you see another copper piece.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Wait, guys, wait. Stop. I want to do a perception roll now and see if this is a trap.
Roll me a perception check.
It's a trap.
Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay.
I also have dark vision.
I do too. Oh no,
think
wait.
I also-
I have double sight. My bad.
I also have dark.
That was
You
a
have mega dark
19.
vision.
I have mega dark vision because I have double
So,
sight.
24.
Because the only time I
24.
can actually see.
Maybe we'll let you go first then.
Yeah. But
So it's one of those things where it's like you can't tell if this
I kind of
is
squat down and like blow the dust off of it and kind of look and see.
from what you can see. There is no signs of any traps from as far in as that you can kind of see into this. But you do see that there does seem to be a trail, and you can kind of see it seems like intentional of like coins that have been dropped leading into the cave.
Can
Ooh,
I
piece of candy. Ooh, piece of
measure
candy.
the spacing a little bit too? Like, is it like it could have just been a slit in a bag and it just dropped out, or is it like very intentional? They're 3 feet apart or something like that.
I would say, given your proclivity and
That's a big word.
investment in money, you would be aware that like this isn't a natural. Like if coins were slipping out of something,
It would have bounced or rolled.
like
or
yeah, they're a
something.
little too natural. Even the spacing's not perfect, but it's not necessary. It doesn't add up enough. So it seems like this was intentional, but you don't see any traps. But again, you just see a whole line going in further and further into the cave.
Wait. I got this, guys. Mans, can you follow these coins and maybe see where they lead? And
Oh,
get
yeah,
back
I
to
forgot
us.
we had Mans. I forgot we had him.
I'm gonna like pull him off of my arm where he's just attached and set him down and be like,
You sure about this?
No.
yes. Would you rather go?
Sometimes, yes.
I'm gonna go with Mans.
No, don't go with
No,
that.
shut up. I'm gonna go, but stay like 20 feet behind him because I do have 120 feet of double sight.
Okay.
So,
You're going in, and you're leaving the coins.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, please don't touch them.
All right. So you go in as Mans is about 20 feet in front of you, scurrying along, and you go deeper into this cave, eventually out of sight of everyone else in the party,
Out of sight, out of mind.
unless they're following.
Yes, I'm following.
Is everyone following at a farther distance?
I think that it would be a really good idea for somebody to stay outside too, just in case we do have some unwanted company. Just kind of keep guard, keep watch.
Kron.
And then I can come charging it.
can't
Oh yeah,
do
there's Kron
that.
too. I forgot about Kron.
I will
Sorry,
do
buddy.
that. I cannot see in the dark anyway.
Okay, well, it's probably a good idea for us to keep up with them then. If you see anybody, just come charging into the cave after us.
I'll start.
Full speed.
Charge in the direction that you cannot see in the cave.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
start punching the wall. I'm metal, so it should clang pretty loud.
In theory, it depends on how far this cave goes.
True. Good luck.
We'll be back as soon as we can.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
I mean, as ready as I can be.
I'm already gone
All right.
Alright, let's go,
while they're
guys.
deciding.
Oh, he's
All right.
already,
Please don't touch the coins, anybody. I'm
Boz
still
is
really
following.
paranoid about that.
and he's not touching the coins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touches one, falls to the ground, paralyzed.
They're
So-
magic coins. They're
In
like
order,
to
just to
keep
make
you-
sure I've got this right, we've got Mans out in front, little hand. Then we have Ayala, and then we have everyone else. And it's about a 20-foot spacing between each one.
Yes.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm
Yeah.
probably walking either right next to him or right behind him.
I want it to be. I'm gonna stay as closer to them, but I'm gonna be like 5 feet behind them, kind of acting
Okay.
as a full rear guard.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that then.
Because I'm more than willing to turn around and smack the fuck out
Baz,
of
are
somebody
you
if I
in
have
front
to.
of or behind me then?
In front.
Okay.
No one's allowed to be in front of the barbarian. Go.
Too bad.
All right.
Fight me.
So, Mans continues on with Ayala and everyone else following. So, for the purposes of this, we're going to focus on Mans and Ayala.
Yeah.
So,
Yay, party group. Just kidding.
with the party continuing on, Ayala,
Yes.
how are you observing Mans? How are you proceeding through, obviously trying to be cautious, but how are you kind of doing this?
Well, I do have the ability to use my familiar senses.
Okay.
So I'm
Walking blindly in the cave as you're being
I'm thinking
Mans.
like, you know, kind of like the whole, like we talked about last time, like echolocation almost type thing, being able to sense things.
Uh-huh.
But I'm also just keeping an eye on him and making sure that he doesn't get yeeted into oblivion.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I'd like Mans to go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Good job, man. He got a 7.
7. All right. So it's hard for Mans to really see everything that's kind of going on, even though for all intents and purposes, I just consider his sight like a blind sight
Yeah.
within like a 15-foot range.
Yeah. Either that or yeah. He has blind sight of 30-foot range.
30 foot. Okay. But within the limitedness of this cave, he's not picking up a lot of details. The coins are just continuing. And for you, really focusing on Mans and looking at everything innately around him. You guys go about 100+ feet into this cave. You've taken enough of a kind of a turn where the entrance is completely out of sight by now.
Okay.
And there's just a tiny bit of residual light coming in, but for the most part, it's dark. And eventually, Mans does stop because he would see this first. And you just see Mans stop in the pathway.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm gonna like hold back just a little bit and slow my pacing, walking towards him slowly, making sure that there's nothing illuminating me or him, and just try to focus my own sight on whatever it is that he stopped for.
Okay. So you stop and you focus on him, just making sure that, hey, there's nothing else. I want you to roll me a perception check
Okay.
for starters.
Okay. For him or for me?
For you.
Okay. God, my rolls.
Told
I
you
don't
guys
want to
this
use your
was a
dice
bad
tray anymore.
idea.
It's not doing well for
It's a 10.
A 10? Okay. So you see Mans stops, and you kind of see him like pointing. and it draws your eyes up as you look down, and with your sight you're able to see what seems to be a bag of coins
Okay.
that's scattered in a pile, and you see more than copper. It seems like there's some silver and maybe even a little bit of gold that's mixed in there.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly. I'm not gonna touch it because if I do, Helene's gonna
So,
have
and
a
just
hernia.
kind of for a reference, this is about 50 feet from you down the pathway right now.
Right.
Or sorry, we're going to say 30 feet exactly from where Mans is.
Okay.
So before you get to Mans, we'll say you're 10 feet back, so 10, 20 feet back. So it's about 40, 50 feet from you right now.
Okay. But I can pretty much see it because of my devil sight.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of hold my hand back to, like, alert everybody, like, there's something up here. Please just stay. And I'm going to slowly make my way forward.
All right. What is everyone else doing?
I don't know what Boz is doing because I'm behind him, so I can't really see what's going on yet.
Okay.
Well, Boz would have seen me go.
Yeah.
So he came to a dead stop.
Yes, I heeded her signal.
Okay, so I'm gonna peek around him and look and see.
And I will
Okay.
point to where she's at. Because we can see. Actually, you can see in the dark, right? The tiefling had
Yeah,
dark
what
vision.
is your guys' dark vision?
60.
60?
I think it's 60 as well.
Yeah.
I would
So
assume
with 60, given the circumstance, you can just barely make out on the edge of what your vision's able to pick up in the darkness, this little tiny, like, kind of sack that seems to be like a, you get the sense, hey, it's probably a little bundle of coins that's kind of spilling out. But you really can't see too much else with no one illuminating any light. But you see what's been stopped at there. And you
Okay.
see as Ayala is currently about 40 feet now and progressing a little closer towards it.
I would like to. How tall are you, Boz?
I'm 5'8", 5'9".
He's your wee little nipper.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna scurry around him. I'm going to quickly, but quietly, kind of dart over there. I'm trying not to make any noise, but at the same time, I'm trying to get up to her as quickly as possible so I can see what's going on because I already smell trap and I am very paranoid about all of this. So I'm like, I want to see the room and make sure that, like, she's not gonna step on something.
But
or
you're
try
trying
to pick it
to
up.
quickly...
Yes.
All right.
So
I want you to
preferably
roll...
quick over quiet.
Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Pick another dice for me, Jaden.
You.
The one that has the numbers on it.
That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay.
Apparently your dice like Jaden more than you.
10.
10?
Yes.
Okay. Did he choose the good dice?
Yes, it was a 17.
Mine rolled a 17.
All right.
A little bit upset. But it's okay.
So quickly hurrying around, you're getting a glance and going. And I'll say, again, it's quickly with Ayala approaching. And you're getting to her right as you guys are getting about 30 feet still from kind of the coin pouch.
Wait. Shh. It was quiet, obviously. Wait. What? I don't like this.
That's why I'm going to go around it.
Okay, but look where you're stepping, please.
I have been. I can see a lot further in here than you can.
Can I look at the ceiling? Can I look just around the
Yeah,
whole room?
is
Is this still part of the hallway, for lack of a better term, the tunnel,
Yeah,
or
given-
does this open up?
No, based off your previous perception, you can tell it's still just the tunnel.
It's
There's
just a
no...
bag of coins in the middle of the tunnel.
Yeah. There's no, like, immediate gap or anything. You don't see anything jutting out of the walls either. If there is a trap, it's not visible.
Okay. Do I notice any random dust piles on the ground, or the dust is unsettled in certain areas?
Damn you, dust.
Not with your perception.
Well, damn
With
it.
your perception of 10, no.
Womp womp. Okay, well, I'm just gonna stick behind her now.
I am going to slowly continue making my way forward. I'm going to
Skirt
make a
around it.
wide berth around the bag.
All right.
As
So
wide as
again, you guys were
possible.
about 30 feet
Uh-huh.
before it, so you guys can starting to walk forward.
Right.
You get about 5 feet
I
or so.
hate that grin.
Yeah. I've been trying to hold this in for a while. You get about 5 feet as both of you are walking up, and both of you all of a sudden feel the ground beneath you slope suddenly in as you're starting to fall.
I'm going to.
I need both of you to make.
Wait.
I need both of you to make an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Does Mans need to make one too?
Mans would need to make one too, and this is at disadvantage.
Okay.
As
okay.
it appears that this was a trapped floor.
Oh no! It was a trap.
Like a pitfall type, pitfall
That was.
floor.
Look at that.
I got a 14 and Mans got an 11.
And this is at disadvantage.
Yes. Are you kidding? I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That is beautiful. So acrobatics, that would be a 19
19.
at disadvantage.
Wow. Good rolls.
I know. That was Jaden's fault.
So
It's my fault you got good.
Yeah.
there's that initial freeze as your bodies tighten up as you feel the floor like quickly start to fall out from under you. And after that quick pause, both of you start like trying to reach back and desperately kind of reach up. Helene, you're small enough that you're able to almost use Ayala as like a little bit of a boost because you were before, and you're able to just barely grab onto the edge. Mans, unfortunately, with his 11, just it's like there's nothing for him to grab on, and it appears that like the little bit of dust here acts as a bit of a lubricant too. So
Just slid right off.
he just slides right out. And Ayala, you go and you reach up, and as you're doing that, as Helene's grabbing off, your hand comes about this short, and you start falling down.
So as I start falling, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to maybe try to give myself a little bit more of a push so I can get to Mans.
Okay.
Maybe just like rip off a piece of my dress and throw it down towards him like a little rope type situation.
So
But you're
Boz
falling
dashes
too.
forward as he dives. Mid-dive, he turns into a giant lizard.
Ew.
Because you were started off 20 feet away.
Right. He's got a...
Yeah.
This all happened. He's going after it.
Okay, so this has happened. Okay. So, Ayala, you drop down into this unknown. We're going to pause with your point there. But for Azure and Boz, you just see both of them all of a sudden seemingly like disappear into the floor as you hear this clank kind of happen.
Helene screamed for
Yeah.
the record.
Helene's yelling her lungs out.
No, there was just like a
Just a single-
oh, shit.
And as you approach their Boz, as you're running up before you even have to transform into the lizard, if that's what you want to do, you see Helene just grasping on with one hand pretty solidly. Like she's not about to slip, but like, she wasn't safe from it.
Right. But he sees her safe, but he doesn't see Ayala, so he goes into the hole. Just climbing along the wall because I have spider climb as a lizard.
Yeah,
All
who
right.
knows what's down there? Who knows how far the fall is?
Yeah, no.
We don't know.
Azure.
But there's walls, so he's climbing the walls
All right.
down.
So, Boz, you transform into a lizard and start spider climbing down this wall into the darkness.
Spider boss, spider boss.
Azure runs forward, following Buzz, because he hears the yip.
Yep.
And seeing Helene, he will kind of just like grab her forearm and just up. You are small and you are light.
Yes.
And my strength is high.
I'm all of like 30 pounds, so yeah, that works out okay.
Can we pause?
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
need to urinate?
No. Tim just messaged us saying if he can come in.
All right. So we will go ahead and take a short break. We'll be back.
Boo! Get off the screen. I'm just kidding.
All right. So, as we just left off, Ayala has fallen down a hole. Boz.
It's falling after me.
After Mans, yeah.
This place reeks of despair.
Boz has transformed into a lizard.
Lizard.
It's a litter.
He's
A
a
litter of
flock of kittens
Yeah.
running down the thing.
The visual image.
Please, somebody Somebody draw that. Somebody in the world. Boz turning
Okay.
into a flock of kittens.
Just a boss.
It's them climbing for a
kittens.
split second before all tumbling, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
they all start going. Poof, poof.
Yep. So Boz has turned into a lizard. Helene has still hanging, actually was hanging from the edge as Azure came over to
Azure
pick
to the rescue.
Helene up. So we are going
He
to,
suddenly gets picked up into the ghost. I wonder
yeah.
who.
So we're actually going to start with Helene and Azure. So it's on you two. You just watched this happen.
Okay, I got yoinked up. Now I'm gonna turn around and look back into the pit.
It is almost pitch black. Like you can't really see too much. You see Boz and his form starting to scurry.
disappears
Like
down there.
yeah. It seems like it's actually even sloped a bit. It's not like a pitfall into
Okay.
spikes or anything.
Hello? You guys okay?
Can I hear them?
You can hear. You have come to rest at the bottom, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, yes. I think. I had to.
Is
It's-
anything broken?
Ha! A couple stitches popped, but that's about it.
And you can hear an echo. It seems like she went a decent distance down.
Would Crom and I hear this?
No, not at the current
Okay.
location.
We're a good 10 minutes in.
Oh. So it's gotta be real loud. I'm just chatting, chewing the fat with Crom outside.
Turn to fit.
So,
So
wh-
Who?
What are you doing?
Who had the hemp rope?
we had
Not me,
some of
I
that
don't have
still,
storage.
right? It was probably Boz.
Oh, damn that Boz.
He's down there now, and he's a lizard right now. He can't even talk.
Like I said, damn that Boz.
I don't have anything.
No.
Shit, I don't have anything.
so while you're debating of what it is, Ayala,
Yes.
there was an initial kind of fall where you were free falling for a solid 1 to 2 seconds before you started to make contact with the wall, as it was slightly sloped.
Okay.
Just enough, so that you didn't take any fall damage, and neither did Mans.
Oh, thank God. That's all that matters.
But it spit you off. It took you a solid 5 seconds of actually falling and then kind of curving out a bit before you actually came down. So you're
Okay.
probably around
Just
it's
around the
really
river
hard to
bend?
judge, but over 100 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of handle Mans a bit and be like, "Are you okay?" Then I'm gonna pick him up and just kind of put him right here on my shoulder, and then I'm gonna look around because I don't know there's a giant man lizard coming after
It
me.
takes about 12 seconds for me to get down there.
All right. So you hear Helene's voice calling up to you, and it takes you a moment to gain your senses. The first thing that you realize looking around is that there appears to be about 10 feet from you
A dead body.
3 different skeletons
Okay.
Dead bodies.
that are fairly well clothed, that were not taken off, and they seem to even have some rucksacks that did seem to have been rummaged through at some point.
Okay.
But past that, it continues on into a continuous kind of tunnel going further in that you can't see past.
So
Because at this point, there is basically no light.
Okay. So my question right now is those skellies that are down there with me, are there souls down there as
That's
well?
the next question.
There are souls down there.
Okay.
So we're going to pause there.
Okay.
All right. So given
WDs.
about 10, 20, or between 10 and... What's your movement speed, climbing speed?
30.
30.
So dashing is going to be 120 in 12 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, between 12 and 18 seconds, you make it down. But we're going to go back to Azure and Helene.
So, what exactly did we do here? Because I don't want to go down there and get trapped. And this is obviously
Go
Yeah.
get Kron.
could go get Kron, but what's Kron gonna do? He's a giant metal man.
Just really quickly looking down into the hole, how wide does it look just from what I'm able to see?
About 10 feet across. This is a hole that, on first glance, you can't think of any way that Ayala could get out.
Here, let me throw you an arm.
Yeah.
How far across is it?
About 10 feet.
10-foot
10 by
pole.
10
Ten-
by 10
like
by
10
darkness.
Is the bag of coins, was that like still in the middle?
Nope, it's about 20 feet past it.
Oh shit, really?
Yep.
Okay. Is it all the way up to the edges of the wall, or is there like a little sliver where the floor opened up? Like,
There's about a 6-inch kind of narrow pass on either side of it.
Okay. Does the tunnel continue past this?
Seems like it, yeah.
Azure, I'm gonna try something stupid now.
Oh,
I
God.
thought I already did that.
Now you tried something stupid. I'm gonna try something also stupid.
Like mother, like daughter.
You're not talking to me. You're down in the bottom of a cave. Or
Oh, just
bottom
like
of
you
a
were
hole.
on my date.
That's right.
The voices, I hear them.
What are you doing?
I am going to hug the wall and
Okay.
shimmy over to the other side
You're able to do that.
acrobatically. Oh, okay.
I'm just going to let you do that,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. I'm like
You're tiny.
under 3 feet and 30
You're
pounds, so
tiny.
I'm assuming, yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. My feet probably aren't even 6 inches long, so who knows. Yeah, so I'm gonna scurry over there. I'm going to still keep my eye out for traps, more floor traps or anything like that.
Mhm.
And I want to go grab the bag of money.
All right. So you go and you grab the sack and you
Oh
see
my god.
there were 2 silver coins and a
Uh-huh.
few copper coins, and as you go and grab the bag, you hear a rattle. And as you go and look in, there was just a top layer and the rest of the bag is just filled with rocks.
Oh, and I have your money.
This. I'm just gonna grab the silver coins out of it and pocket those. Maybe put that in my shoe or something and drop the rest of it on the ground.
You get 3 silver coins, and if you're grabbing the accompanying bronze coins around it, another 6 copper.
Okay.
I said bronze and then copper, but yeah.
As she kind of
That
walks
works.
around, I take a second. I back up 10 feet. And then I run forward and
You
long
just
jump.
jump it.
Okay, and that's within
Yes.
your strength modifier, so you're able to do
Yeah,
that.
I could long jump 18 feet. I'm fine.
Yeah.
18 feet. Goodness.
I was thinking
Yeah, elephants can't.
we
jump.
should
Oh,
let Ayala know.
we elephants are natural sprinters.
Maybe we should just continue on. Boz is with her, and I'm sure that the trap connects at some point.
Just gonna leave her down there.
I mean, it either connects to something.
Well, they have
by-
to reset the
your
trap in
theory.
theory. So they would have to.
That's assuming they don't have a flyer.
That's true, too. Well, the tunnel continues, and I'd prefer not to go down into the hole, so I'm going this way.
Of course not.
And we got Kron watching the entrance, so he'll let us know if.
Willingly splitting the party.
By the way, how long have I been just sort of chatting with Crom?
Just a few minutes at this
Just
point.
a few minutes?
Yeah.
If it's been more than, I would say, like 10 minutes, then I'm
Oh.
going to shout into the cave, "Hey! Anyone alive in there?"
All right.
And we just hear anyone?
I would say
Trumpet.
Yeah.
Azure and Helene, go ahead and make me perception checks.
That's
good or bad?
reassuring.
10.
7.
All right.
I'm not wise.
So neither of you hear this. So, as are you two deciding to continue down the path then?
I was thinking of screaming back. Oh, that was my plan. I was going to use thaumaturgy and scream back to Kron.
That's
But-
not a bad idea either. We could let Kron know our plan. I was gonna let Ayala know too before she dips.
Yeah, he just happened to do it first.
Okay.
So this was already a thought that he had.
I had a thought.
Okay.
He
Okay.
just did it first.
I mean, yeah, and you wouldn't have
And
heard
I
me,
used
so you probably would have done
thaumaturgy,
it.
which makes my voice 3 times louder.
All right.
And
So-
he has big elephant
I guess
ears.
Ayala's
So-
gonna know our plan then too. She's gonna hear it.
All right. So we're going to have the party split as Azure yells out through the cave, and we'll call this communication of they're gonna leave Boz and Ayala down there to continue down that, whatever may lead that way,
We're trying to
with
find a
Helene and
connection.
Azure going to go forward. So with that, we're going to jump back and we're going to rewind a few minutes where Mazdamunde, you've traveled, you've never actually traveled down this pathway through the canyon. You know where they're headed, but for the life of you, you're just hoping to follow their tracks.
Right.
You get caught up a little bit at a fork in the road where you see recent tracks go both ways, but it stops on one. So you go to the right path where you see him going through. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Can I use my sense of smell?
Would not be relevant on this one.
Okay.
Really? He couldn't smell Ayala and Mans'
Not for what I'm having him check
Rotting
for.
corpse.
For the dry
perception?
rot, though.
Yeah,
A dry rot.
18.
Wow.
18. You are so you're very aware that the party I'm trying to catch up to has definitely gone to the right. I see the tracks; they're very clear, and they are the most recent thing that's come through. And I know I'm not too far behind. Annoyingly, somehow you just haven't been able to catch up. The damn guards detained you for a few hours back in Ellis Bay, and by the time you got out, like you didn't want to risk traveling at night too much alone, and you knew where they were going, but it got to the canyon, you're like, oh crap. And it took you a little while figuring out, especially at this little fork. But thankfully not too long. But as you're going through, you came across something that they did too, where after traveling a ways down, really focused on their tracks, you look up and realize that from where you came, there are these eyes, large eyes on these small creatures that are camouflaging really well onto the canyon walls on either side of, but you've already passed by them. You see dust kind of everywhere, but looking around, it doesn't seem like there's been any type of struggles or anything else. So you keep going through. And you see their tracks becoming a little more distinct also after a bit. Doesn't seem like there's any rush.
Getting closer.
Yeah. And you eventually come into this wide open basin where it dips down a little from the rest of the canyon, just a little bit. And at the far end, you see the gleaming kind of shape of Kron seeming to stand like as a guard in front of a cave entrance, seemingly going to who knows where.
I immediately would roll up. Crow, right?
Oh, yes. As, right?
Yeah. What you doing mucking about out here? Don't you know there's kobolds in there?
No, we didn't know. They wanted to investigate because they saw money that was laid out.
I mean, I assume they had some reason of taking a path that goes through the dodgiest part of this path, or the road to where we're going, but
They didn't seem to know. They just wanted to, I guess, get more money.
well, how long they been in there?
Make us sound shallow.
It's been about 9 or 10 minutes. It's not been too long, but
10 minutes.
I am surprised they haven't come out yet. They haven't yelled yet, though.
And then, as he says that, I will do my thing and I will do the yell into there.
Okay, so at first, there's also no response.
That's not a good sign.
You think? Should we be concerned?
I feel like we should be concerned, especially mucking about it. I don't think their life's in danger, but certainly their pride.
You said it was kobolds.
Yeah, you know, a little lizard folk, they're like mucking about.
Are they?
This whole canyon's dodgy as hell.
Are they dangerous?
I mean, kinda. I mean, no more dangerous than, like, I don't know, beggars in the slums.
Are they dangerous?
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, should we go in then? I don't want them to get hurt.
listen, the last thing we need, right, is both of us going in, and then, you know, an ambush comes in and closes off. We lose our escape route. So I tell you what, you stay here for another 5 minutes. I'm gonna go in and find them. If you don't hear from me by then you know something's gone wrong.
Do you know if these caves connect out the other side? Because they wondered if they did.
No bleeding idea.
Oh, okay.
Usually no one's dumb enough to go in these caves. You know, as a counter, the whole canyon being dodgy as hell.
Man's intellect was
You said there were coins leading up to this.
-3, so
Yeah.
Haven't you ever heard that story about the witch and the candy?
Yeah, you can actually still see, and he goes and points, and you see like copper coins that are like spaced out every like 20 feet.
How many?
It just like is continuously like leading further and further in.
I pick up the
didn't
closest
touch the
one.
money, bro.
Huh?
I pick up the closest one.
Okay,
Isn't that-
you go and pick it up.
Anything?
No.
Does any sense sort of lingering on it?
You get a set, like you can smell them.
Okay.
Like they're especially Ayala with all her perfumes. Like you smell her, and she's definitely been into the cave.
Yeah,
I-
because I'm perfumed because I'm dead, and so I'm making myself not smell like a rotten
Cover up the
corpse.
smell of formaldehyde, I
Very
assume.
wrong. That's what I'm saying.
She doesn't smell bad. I'm telling you, it's man's.
Well,
problem.
I definitely
it's
smell the
Mary's.
perfume.
You've bathed with me, so you know I
All
don't
right,
smell bad.
I'm going
Well, you
in.
didn't have to say it like that.
Keep your eyes peeled for those dodgy little bastards.
Okay. Should I kill on sight?
Yes.
Nah, spook on sight, right? Try to look as intimidating as possible. If you actually attack them, then they'll try to gang up on you and probably strip you for shinies.
I'm very shiny. I feel I might not have anything left.
Just look big and imposing, and if they get close, shout at them, right? Doesn't really matter what, but if you reference, I don't know, some sort of higher power, it usually spooks them.
Okay. I'll wait to hear from you.
All right, wish me luck.
Good luck.
And I enter into the breach.
All right. As you go on, like there is a trail of copper coins that none of them touched. Do you want to pick them up one by one?
Yeah, I'll just keep picking them up while I go.
Candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I'll be picking them up with my snoot as I
Your
sort of
snoot.
Yeah.
keep hand on weapon, hand on
He
just
just
ready to
kind of
rock
snorts them up. He's like,
So,
like a Hoover.
about halfway like into your travel is when you hear Azure. Kaboom! And the plan is then echoed throughout probably a lot of this cave system of however deep it goes. At least from what you're assuming is that
We're
two of
gonna
them have
pretend that the kobolds don't speak common.
no, they
two
speak
of
kobold.
them have gone into a pitfall. Two of them are going down a different pathway. You are now aware of this.
Oh,
Into the unknown.
it probably wouldn't hear me. It's just the sounds ain't sort of vibing in here. I'm gonna.
Do you want to go back and get Kron? Hearing that they're going seemingly the rest of the party is now going even further into this.
Yeah, I'll turn around and shout back at Crom. Oh,
Okay.
Crom, get in here, mate.
No. So
I see
you just
you,
hear the like distant shout.
They see you shiny. Get in here. They're gonna need our help.
I want to see a TV show of just the two of them together.
Crom and Mass.
So you just hear this very methodical dum, 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 dum.
And then as soon as he gets about like 20 feet or so from me, then I'll start moving forward into
Okay.
the tunnel again. Carefully.
Okay. So
Keeping an eye out for those silly traps that kobolds like to use.
yeah. With you don't experience
It's not our
anything
fault you can't
until you
identify
come
traps.
to the very obviously triggered pitfall trap, where you see
just sort of-
about roughly a 10 by 10 area with about a 6-inch gap on either side, where you then see what seems to be a scattered bag of rocks on the other side. As
sort
you've
of-
picked up coins all along the way, and then it's just a scattered bag of rocks. And this is where you figured, oh, two of them got across this and went on, the other two went in.
I perk up my ear and I flick a copper coin as loud as I can to where I can hear the spinning on the way down, just to hear how loud or how long it falls.
All right. It falls for about 2-ish seconds, and you hear a ting, but then it continues to ting deeper and deeper in, for another an additional 3 to 4 seconds.
Oh.
So you get the sensation that it's not just a giant drop, but whatever this is
Right, there's
does echo or does probably continue on at a decent fall, at a decent slope for some distance.
I sort of lean carefully over the edge Can I see anybody down there?
What's your dark vision?
I don't know if I have dark vision.
Oh shit, bloke! You can't even
Got a torch.
see.
I'm an elephant. I'm not a night creature.
I'm not a night creature. And I
Damn
can
it,
see in
Jim!
the
I'm an elephant.
Not a night
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a. Yeah, I don't think
What
I have.
do
see in
you
dark
see? E?
I mean, it's pitch bloody black down there.
I don't see shit.
I've been following you. I can't see well either.
Did he even
Well-
see well enough to stop before he came to the pit?
I'll strike up a torch. And I'll just sort of hang it over the edge,
Will
kind of
I
waving
be
around.
able to see the light of the torch?
Did you go
This is
anywhere?
about 10 minutes later.
Okay.
Oh
So-
shit!
We haven't done the boss meets.
No, and I'm still looking for souls.
Yeah. So
We haven't
I'm
gotten
kind
that
of
far yet.
assuming that this is taking place as I'm going to have them do a decision, and then we're going to jump back to what you guys did.
Okay.
So you look down with the light of the torch, and you can see that this pitfall does drop down a good distance before it seemingly starts to slope down. So it's not a hard stop, but it does eventually actually go out of sight.
If you had to wager a guess on how much weight a fishing pole of this era would take, what would it be?
I mean, Ayala doesn't weigh that much, so.
Given that
You're all
yours is
dead
not
weight,
of
though.
an industrial grade,
Well, I did get basic fishing equipment at the last town.
you did, but I still would call it basic, meant for small fish rather than like industrial types. So I would say 40, 50 pounds is probably pushing the limit.
I can live with that. I'm pretty sure they're not that heavy. So I'm gonna wrap the fishing, a little bit of fishing line, and then hook and sort of weave it, sort of tie it together around the torch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fish it down and start lowering it into the pit. Okay. Seeing if I hear a response.
He hooks a man's.
Oh, I caught one! Crumb, give me a hand.
It's like
Ooh,
an
it's a lovely one.
angry flailing finger.
Yeah. So you lower it down and you don't hear anything besides just the faint little sputtering and occasional clacking of the torch as it continues to go down.
And I'm not feeling any tugs or anything.
No tugs.
What do you think this
I
is,
just
a boat?
keep going until I reach the end of the line.
Okay. It goes based on your estimation, solid
Till I
100.
basically till
Yeah,
I stop
like-
feeling tension.
Yeah. Probably 120, 150 feet or so.
Oof, Crom, you see that? It's a big drop.
It is. I can't really make out the bottom.
I heard a bit of sort of muffled callings, and I think two of them went down there, and two of them went ahead. So now, here's the question. Crom, how do you feel about slides?
I have never tried one.
Well, it seems like now is a great time. I'm
my
gonna
God.
start reeling back the torch, because I'm assuming nobody tugged on it. And then
Yep.
I'm gonna slap it in his hands, put my hand on his shoulder, and go, "Good luck on your way down."
Here we go.
I'm gonna keep going forward.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
Poor Kron.
Do I, as he starts up, yeah.
No, wait. Oh, you just went for it. Be careful.
Oh my
You,
Well, you know,
and there's this very loud.
yeah, like garbage going down a chute kind of thing.
Does Azure hear this? No.
Again, from when you yelled, this is about 10 minutes later or so. So.
No, I'm making a joke. I rolled a nat 1. I don't hear shit.
yeah, no.
I just shout,
But you-
just keep looking for him until you find him.
So hilarious.
Okay. Was that supposed to be fun?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
it didn't look very. I mean, usually when you go there, I'm shouting this into a pitfall. Usually when you're falling,
Yeah.
you're supposed to stay on your ass, not everywhere but.
Everywhere but your ass.
You didn't clarify that beforehand.
Well, you just went for. Listen, we don't have time for this. Well, we need to find them. All right, I'm gonna keep going this way. You keep finding a path down there. If you can't find them, double back, find a new
How the
path.
hell?
Skeletons, but there's 3.
Do they look fresh?
No, they're why
They're
And we're good, mate.
why they gotta be white, man?
Fly for a white guy.
All right.
So
So
Crom has like a
How are
dog
you
vision,
supposed
actually.
to continue up there?
No.
You gonna jump a 10-foot gap?
I'm pretty
that's actually
tough.
pretty easy for most.
That's fair. Okay, you know what? I'm 3 foot, so I'm like,
Yeah. Even if I muck it about, you know, I'll be down there with Crom.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
You can jump 6 feet.
Because I'm pretty sure the long for standing
What's
long
the-
jump.
back
What's
10
the
feet,
oh?
run forward.
That's not what I meant to do.
Strike score.
That's lame.
What's
don't
the
jump, though, I
the
climb.
rules for long jump?
I'm reading it right now. It's a lot though, so like 10 feet really isn't an issue. Jump, running long jump is your strength in feet.
Your strength in feet.
So my
Okay.
strength is
Score
6,
in feet.
so I can jump 6 feet.
I can
in
jump
theory.
16 feet.
Yeah.
Cool. I think you're good then.
I can jump.
I sort of
6 feet.
tuck all of my things in very securely so I don't lose them on the jump.
Not exactly.
And then, you know,
feet.
almost 400 pounds of meat just doof.
That's not terrifying at all.
creates a cave in.
All right.
And then I
Continue
press
down
on.
the- Okay. Did you light it? Did you light another torch? Because you gave your torch to Kron. You said.
Right.
I thought he threw the torch down.
He reeled back up.
see
Yeah,
the
I
Kron
attached
pick
it
it
to the
up.
fishing hook. That was my only torch.
Okay, so you're just going in blind.
Yeah. I just tap
He's
it
like,
on the.
"I've got this
oh,
guy."
actually, yeah, I do have the light cantrip.
Falling
Because
down a
I
hole.
thought Tempest
Oh,
Clerics took
boy.
the light cantrip.
There's going to be a magical green poop.
They do.
I did not take the
Why?
light cantrip. To be honest,
I
I
like
haven't
it.
messed with my spells in a very long time.
I think you just got it.
I'm just gonna give myself guidance and wander through in the dark, using my short sword to sort of clang the rocks for anything sort of
Okay.
poking out. I'm like just sort of hugging the right side.
All right. So we're now going to go back in time again from this point, which is going to go back to Ayala and Boz. So Ayala,
Yes.
after
indeedly
calling
do.
out, you do see the skeletons, and you instantly put out your senses and activate your devil sight. Really kicks in
my
this.
spidey senses.
Yeah, your devil sight. Your devil's.
Devils.
I can't think of anything else. Anyway, you do see that there are 3 souls
Okay.
in this area, and as you start picking that up, you also hear this clattering of claws climbing down the tunnel behind you.
I'm gonna be like, what the? And I'm gonna pick up Mans, or I'm actually holding him already, but I'm gonna hold him like defensively. And
Getting ready to throw mans.
No, and then I'm gonna
Wow.
like kind of prepare if I need to cast a spell at whatever the hell's chasing me.
As you see this giant lizard that you have never seen before in your life,
Oh yeah, she hasn't seen the lizard, huh?
No.
who is now dashing at full speed, climbing down, almost seeming manic in a sense, coming right at
down
you.
the slope, on his way to me.
Let me double check all my spells because I am definitely gonna
Holy
cast
shit,
something
I
at this
lost myself.
horrible
Whoa.
fucking thing that's after me right now. Have to remember what app it's under. Give me 1 second.
No. Now.
Not under that.
Do it now.
You know what, y'all? We're gonna fight. Be quiet.
Fuck you, I do what I want. Sorry, that's my
You're
outside
not
voice.
my mom.
I am large. I'm not just medium.
There's a very scary large lizard.
Yeah, I am not okay with that thing.
That's a lot of lizard.
Can I?
Oh boy.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
Yes, you can roll to hit.
Okay.
Bye, Buzz. It was nice knowing you.
Well, we're not using the new 5e mechanic or the 2024.
Nat 20?
I rolled a nat 20.
Nat 20. We're
thing
using
you
the
only
old
get
one.
1d10.
So thankfully we're using old status of Druid's transformation is still using the new or their unique own hit points.
So that would be 8 force damage.
8.
So Boz, in your lizard form, you're running down and you see Ayala And all of a sudden, you see her, like, some magic shoot up from her hand and blast out. And as it hits you, like, square between the eyes. And because it was a nat 20, I need you...
Well, this is only temporary because it didn't take away my...
It is, but I still need you to roll
Yeah, roll a...
a D100.
Me?
The
Yeah.
percentage.
Both of them.
It's a 27.
Oh no.
So, Boz, in your lizard form, it hit you right in the head, and it was so jarring as you were so unprepared. Your ears will not stop ringing, as it's the equivalent of terrible tinnitus. They just will not stop at this point.
You should never sneak up on a lady that's a warlock. Just saying.
He didn't know. He thought he was saving you.
Well, he didn't say anything as he was traveling down the tube.
That's true, you didn't.
And then in 5 feet, wild shapes can't speak.
So, Boz, you just got blasted. You're in your lizard form. You're able to hold on to the wall. Your ears will not stop ringing now, though. What are you doing?
He looks at her and just gives a very Boz-worthy sigh.
Did we hear the blast? Because this happened like
Yeah,
right
I was
after.
gonna say, I'm
you hear the blast.
I'm sure everybody heard
Yeah.
it.
Hey! Are you okay down there?
Do I hear her?
Oh, yeah.
There's some strange thing coming after me, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
Is it a big lizard?
Oh shit!
looking
That's
friend?
Boz! That's Boz! That's Boz!
Yeah,
It's like a
you might have
safe
just
word.
done, Goof.
Boz!
And then you shoot one more time, just to be sure.
Right? She'd be like, well, that's karma, isn't it? She's like, absolutely. She's like, you couldn't have given me a heads up or anything. And
He just
I'm gonna
one hand.
Yeah. You see this this large lizard just go.
She's like,
as
prior
it's still,
to
like,
following me?
Like semi-inverted also on the wall.
Right. And slightly smoldering.
Yep.
She's gonna be like, sorry. I wasn't expecting something to come after me. She's like, where the hell are you guys? Calling back to Helene.
Oh, we're still at the top. I didn't fall in.
I'm just gonna slowly turn and look at Mans and be like, when we get to the surface, absolutely.
So, I think that we're gonna continue on and try to see if this connects around to the bottom.
Oh, sure, that seems like a great idea.
Would you prefer that I jump down there with you and then we're all fucking trapped? Sorry, that was my outside voice. My mom told me not to use that word. Sorry.
Ale is just like seething right now, and I'm gonna ignore her and direct my attention to the souls.
She's ignoring me again.
Mom, she's ignoring me.
All right.
Not touching you.
I'm not touching.
She won't give me a turn.
Okay, so with your attention going to the souls, this is where we'll say, Azure, you call out kind of the plan that you're going to go.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
And Helene and Azure continue down the pathway, while Ayala, you start managing with the souls.
Right.
With 2 quiet companions.
As Boz is staring at you like,
She's like, stop doing that.
Lick your eyeball.
Not a gecko, and a lizard. Wow.
Oh my god, it hurt.
I mean, if you wanted, I guess you could try to lick Ayala's eyeball, but I mean,
Oh,
that's
man.
really invasive.
No,
so-
that would cause a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And
She
she'd
did just
probably
blast you, though.
Murder you.
So,
Yes,
Further.
but he understands that he was a giant lizard. And
all right. So,
Drag gun. I don't do that tongue thing.
all right. So, Boz, you see Ayala go up to these skeletons. You don't see anything else, though.
You can't hear much though.
And
He
you
just keeps
can't.
shaking
Yeah,
his
you
head.
really
Are you
can't hear.
chanting or something? You're just.
So, Ayala, you go up to them and you see 3 souls.
Okay.
Each one of them appears very subdued, and you've seen this before. The souls themselves appear gaunt, indicating that they probably actually died from starvation.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just tilt my head to the side and be like, "How long have you been down here?"
One of them just very slowly just kind of turns to look at you and looks back around. And then looks back. It's like, "You're asking?"
Last time I checked, I was.
It's like, "But I'm still dead. I see."
I see dead people.
It's like, it's been a long time. I don't know. There's no night. There's no day. It's just dark, and sometimes the creatures pass by, but that's it.
And why have you not carried on to the other side?
This place is secluded. There's nothing that's come.
So while I'm talking with these ghost dudes, I'm gonna have Mans chaining them up, like, I don't know, secretly, like around the ankle or something like that, because he knows what to do.
Just
Oh, yeah.
capture them.
So-
It's fine.
And Boz would see this man's going like to the skeletons and seemingly like start doing what seems to be like a ritualistic dance in a hands form, going around.
He's like, oh,
yeah. Yeah. It seems like very like grabbing and swirling motions, and it's very repetitive that you see. And he does that at each different skeleton,
okay,
and
yeah.
none of them even fight it at all.
okay. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, "You're gonna come with me, and
I'm gonna take you someplace safe. I'm gonna sacrifice you to my god.
shut your mouth.
Be there so
You're not there." And I'm
Around.
Ow! You got my hair.
and I'm just gonna tell them, I'm going to make sure that they get out, and I will.
When you say just get them out, all of them kind of look and they start pleading of like, "Please, there's just nothing here. We want something, just anything besides this darkness."
You are officially bound to me.
Give it about
so
10 minutes.
And she like notes to Mans, who's like wrapping the last one. I'm like, you technically are mine now, and we will leave here somehow. She like looks up.
One of them sees you look up and then goes, "Nothing ever goes up, just they come down, and then they go deeper in. But I don't know if they come back."
They don't go down.
Some, like, there was, none have ever come back. Just some came down and they looted what remained of us, and then they just go like everything else.
Strange. So they go, but they don't come back. You don't see spirits or anything along those lines.
Just the creatures,
What creatures?
the kobolds.
Oh God, not again. All right. Well, if the kobolds come and go, they have to have an exit. So I guess we start walking.
Okay, you'll get us out, right?
I
Right.
told you you're bound to me. Unless I die again, you are fine.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna look at Baz and be like, the lizard thinks I'm crazy. And then I'm just gonna start walking.
All right. So at that, they follow and
Anybody I'm talking to.
kind of like in that essence, they kind of merge into your holding ability with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue going down. So
I just picture them like an like an invisible tether, and they're just kind of floating around beside me.
all right. So we're now going to go to Azure and Helene.
Okay.
Hi.
You've continued down the path a ways. And as you continue...
Perceptively and
Perceptive.
cautiously.
All right.
Azure doing things cautiously. Who are you talking to?
Helene doing things cautiously.
Who are we talking
Who
to?
is she joking?
So go roll me a perception check, please.
Why are people so mean to me? Won't you love me?
You have to love me first.
24.
17.
Ha! 24.
Okay.
I
So
see dead people.
No, that's
you
me.
do not see dead.
That is
Oh,
me,
we see
sir.
alive people, actually.
I see all of people.
You see each other. But besides from that, there's not too much for a while.
No
but
footprints or anything?
in the darkness here, and given that it's a cave floor, like there's not noticeable tracks
That's
going
fair,
in.
that's fair.
But what you do notice after going a few hundred feet in, you do get the sense that this path is very slowly kind of sloping. Nothing to indicate that it's going to take a hard turn, though. It's like, okay, this... If there's going to be a meetup, this is going to be a while. But as you're looking around, you do notice that there appears to now be carvings that start to appear on the walls around you. They're very basic and what would be considered very primitive in a manner. And a lot of it, there's not words that you can make out. It is much more of
Just pictures.
pictures, yeah. Very draconic in nature too.
Okay. Azure.
Imagining the caveman
Have you seen
drawings from
anything
Ice
like
Age.
this before?
I don't know. Have I?
I don't know.
Go roll me a history check.
$15.
15. You've heard a little bit about these, but it's just kind of some rough knowledge you have, and these are not anything you know any specific details about. It's more of like, hey, you've learned different types of like cultures and how they kind of do, and you get the sense of like a lot of cultures that are underground, like on a primitive level, it's like, yeah, this is drawing of it. With a 15, you do start kind of thinking it's like, okay, I do remember kobolds are closely related to dragons because this is, again, primitive and basic. It's not detail. It doesn't appear ritualistic at all. But that's about all you can gather from it.
I remember this bit of history. But this is also commonly known history.
You're like, I learned something in class.
So maybe. Okay, well, we should just be quiet, continuing on. I
Alright.
don't like this at all.
This was your idea, to be
I
fair.
know, but what were we supposed to do? Fall in with her? And maybe this way we can come around and flank whatever's going to
All
flank
of a sudden, not visually, but both of you feel like you're getting this tiny bit of tingles across your entire body.
Peter Tingles.
Peter Tingle.
It's almost like your hair is forcibly being stood on end. And it's just this constant bit of like extra pressure. There's nothing else. You don't feel any, there's no pain or anything else, but you just feel like the air around you has almost gotten thicker in a way.
I always feel like somebody's
Azure-
watching me.
Azure has full grabs his longsword for a second before he kind
Yeah, I
of like
probably
relaxes
grab my
as
dagger,
nothing
just
else
kind of like
happens.
maybe push myself up against the wall too. That kind of.
As you do that,
This.
as you push yourself against the wall, you take a closer look at the wall and you see just like 2 feet back after from where you guys just passed, there be like a constant line that was drawn into it. You couldn't see it from the back, but you could see it from you now looking the other way. And you see it marked that area. Almost
That we
like
were
there was like a
standing in?
cutoff. Yeah. So like as you entered in, you now see basically when you took that step in and started feeling this, there appears to have been like markings in the wall at that exact area.
Can I step back over it?
You do, and the sensation leaves.
I don't know what that is. Do you think that's some sort of... I don't know anything about magic. Do you think it's some sort of, like, alarm system to them? So, like, when we step in, they know that we're here? Or maybe, like...
The two magic balls together.
I don't know.
It's just a line, right? As she
It's
brings it
just
up, and I
a
look back
line.
and see.
Yeah,
There's no runes, no anything. Just
No
a
runes, no
line.
nothing.
You were
Yeah.
saying that to me, not clarifying. So you're like, it's just a line. I'm like,
They
Just a
call
line.
this a line.
no, it's not.
Hold the line.
Listen to me.
Yeah, so just, no runes,
Is it
no
like
nothing like
a
that.
curvy line, or was it just like a line, like
Yeah,
a door frame
it's
almost?
a curvy line.
Kind of more like a door frame.
Okay,
Not perfectly straight either,
but it goes around the whole tunnel, the whole.
yeah, it doesn't hit the floor, but
Okay.
just kind of around, yeah.
Kind of pokes my arm out.
Tingling.
And actually, even as your arm leaves it, like as it goes back in, whether it's leaving or in, like anything past that line has that pressure to that point. And then it leaves, yeah.
I think this is kind of my go no further thing. Like, I would prefer to slide down the hill or the slope. This makes me very uncomfortable. I don't know what's past this. I don't know what we're gonna fight. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Can we go find the others again? Can we go back? I had a bad idea. I want to go back.
My feet
I
hurt.
want my mom.
Can I
want
hear
my
that?
mom. I'm hungry.
Like
my
in the
feet
fake
hurt.
distance, I hear, I want my mom.
Wanna go
Roll me a
home.
perception.
Because we are trying to listen.
You haven't gone
We haven't gone super far.
not super far. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
12.
You might hear me
12.
clanking the.
Not quite. You hear
Clanking
what
around.
seems to be a faint whimper, like of an.
I just, like, stopped and I was
echo
like-
of a whimper.
Is that Helene?
I recognize that.
I recognize that cry.
I recognize
feel
that
that
wine
sound
anywhere.
I know that weakness.
That's my weakness.
It
Alright.
might be best, at the very least, to get crawling, as I'm still kind of like putting my arm in and out.
And every time you feel it and then you don't. You feel it and then you don't. You feel it and then you don't.
Well, we called for Kron, didn't we? So he should be coming anyways. Let's just go back to the hole and we can meet him and maybe send him through or something. I don't know. I don't want to go through it. It makes me
Way
uncomfortable. I don't like that tingly sensation. It reminds me of shock therapy.
Doesn't like her Peter
I don't
tingles.
like it.
Doesn't like to be.
I don't like it.
Yeah, let's back up. Crawling's a.
Stop playing with the invisible force field.
Well, I'm sorry. It's weird.
Somewhere
and
there's
I
a
know
wizard
as little as
somewhere
you
in the
He's just
bottom
like
of the
dancing
cave.
back and
That's
forth.
Jumping back and forth through
Like
it.
somebody's phone going off again and again. Stop!
I could leave the damn thing alone.
I got it the
Could
first
I
time.
even, like, as I'm
Get
just
it, you're
constantly doing
here.
it, kind of like playing with it, could I get any guess to what it could be?
Roll me a history check.
I'm sure I have no idea what it is.
14.
14. You don't know.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, I assumed as much. It's just one of those things of,
I mean, we don't really know anything about magic, so.
Yeah, it's not your area of expertise on it, so yeah.
yeah, no, I have my
yeah,
natural
yeah.
magic, but that is a very different thing than
Mm-hmm.
if the warlock came over here and looked at it.
All right. So, as you guys, after debating and dancing between the line back and forth, you start to head back. And
Head back.
as you start to head back, you see in the distance coming towards you a light.
Go to the light.
Did Kron have a light? I don't
Long
think
swords
that's
out.
what I don't like
Helene,
it.
duck!
Oh boy.
So,
She doesn't have to duck.
it's true.
Yeah, you're pretty tall.
Yeah.
She's tiny.
Helene, don't jump.
Even if I jump, dude. Well, I mean, what?
You-
You're like 6 foot something?
I'm 6 foot something.
So I'm
Oh, yeah.
half of your height. So
Yeah, jump would
Maybe
be
if I jumped, you might skin the top of my head.
Yeah.
Scalp
You would
me.
get bumped by it.
I'd get bumped.
So,
Baseball bat.
Azure, you pull out your longsword, you're on guard, as you see this light coming forward. And it's hard to kind of get through it at first, but whatever's coming through is huge. It's bigger than Kron. Whatever it is. But you do then make out the familiar silhouette of Mazdamunde.
Hello, my freaky darlings. What are you doing in this cave?
Oh, hey, I thought you got detained. Did I let you go?
I mean, let me go is a bit of a strong sentence, but I'm out. And I'm away from there.
Oh my god.
What are you guys doing in kobold territory? And why'd you go in this fucking cave?
It was kobolds, you were right. So somebody had the dumb idea that this cave might have an exit and it might get us to Suderhiem faster, so we started going through the cave, and now she's stuck at the bottom of a hole, and we tried to go this way, but now there's strange tingly things over there, and I don't... We
Strange tingly things.
Helene, as I put my hand on her head, because she is short enough.
Is that what you mean? Are you two developing feelings for each other? Or is it
Oh,
something more of a physical location?
There was like a doorway, there's drawings on the wall, and I don't like it.
I mean, it was probably the kobolds. I mean, I just want you to know, at some point in this cave, they are laughing their asses off at us.
Probably.
You know, that sounds about
So
right.
we should probably get out of here. I sent Crom down the hole to find the rest of the crew. I heard
Did
somebody
we hear
yelling
that?
about that. I gave him a torch, so he should be fine.
You heard just like little poundings, but not enough to actually.
Maybe
like-
that was when
yeah.
the tingling happened, so
Yeah.
we were like, okay.
Man, I had a
this.
3-point landing off that, off of that clearing the dead pit. You should have seen it.
I actually do have a question for you.
Oh, sure. Shoot.
Because you're someone who is inclined at least a little bit with magic, correct?
Yeah, more like, religious magic, but same, really.
Is this like some sort of warding thing?
Can I take a look?
Yeah. So you go.
So we walk back down the hallway.
Yeah,
again.
you can go, and they would point
So
out
I'm gonna
exactly
skip
where it
down
is,
there,
and you
yeah?
can choose to jump in, put a hand in, whatever you want. Just a trunk.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sort of boot my snoot across the line.
Okay. And you get that same sensation
My snoot
of
droops.
almost like the air just becomes thicker, and the hairs on your trunk start to stand on end almost involuntarily. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
History. All right. We'll pull my skills up first. Which one of you? History. I'm thinking the silver dice. Nice. I have proficiency in history, so I have a +0.
I feel that.
11.
11.
Not really.
No,
Not really my
you're like-
wheelhouse.
You get the scent now because you are magical, or like you have some magical abilities.
Right. In tune to some of those energies.
You feel like that magic is almost being like, you feel it affecting it, almost like a small current being like continuing to circulate through your body, but you don't know what it is.
Would I get the feeling it's more like this line sort of represents the edge of a boundary of something that's causing this interference, or do I feel like the boundary itself is causing the interference? If that
It's
makes sense.
definitely it's a boundary indicating this is as far of whatever effect this is where it stops. So the boundary itself is not causing it, it just represents where that effect ends.
Gotcha. Like sticking your hand in a pressure washer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you
Like
can chop
what?
off a toe with a pressure washer.
I did know that, actually.
I didn't.
I've seen some grim things with it.
Anywho,
Anyway.
Pressure washers, what's that?
Most gruesome deaths I've ever seen
Yeah.
in the
but exactly what this causes, you're not sure.
Does it feel... Am I getting the sensation, if I burn a divine sense, does this feel evil or good? Or does it have no strong feeling which way?
Burning a divine, are you going to burn a divine sense?
Do it. Do
Yes.
it. Do
Wait, no, that might be a
Go
paladin
big or
thing.
I think
go
it's a
home.
paladin thing.
That is a paladin thing. I do not have a divine
Oh
sense.
shit.
I have the Wrath of the Storm.
Detect good
So-
or evil?
You
I did not prepare it.
so you try to get a sense.
Right.
as you
Yeah. I
Imagine
clutch
your
the symbol of Thor,
Yeah.
and I just sort of put my hand into the funny feeling, and I try to detect whether or not it's good or evil. Just
Roll
sort of
me-
vibes along.
roll me a religion
religion. All right.
as you attempt to get a
Witness
bit of
before.
communing with.
Fun to be with me. Natural 20.
Oh.
The Thunder God.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
He came down personally to tell you what happened.
He whispered in my
Hey,
ear.
mate, you shouldn't go that way.
He's like, hey, you daft. Don't go down there.
So
No, it's a bad idea.
because it's just a natural communing, like generally you get no sense whatsoever. But it appears that Thor's focus has been on you for just a little bit for some reason.
You don't like
As you
coyotes.
hear, you get the sense of just him chuckling and laughing. Given what you know of him, not sure if he's drunk. You're not sure what he's laughing at. But you've known that laugh before. And given that there's nothing happening to you, you know there's something funny going on around you.
Okay, something's
He's
happening
laughing
to
at
somebody.
yeah, he's basically observing your area and something funny is happening that he's laughing at.
His Seth Rogen laugh.
But but what you also get the sense from him is you feel his eyes kind of train on you for just a moment. And you have just this split little vision. And it's a combination of a release of magic and then someone at the bar just playing a round of blind darts.
He's like peeking in.
Yeah, well,
Sort of
it's-
checking the phone kind of thing.
It's more of a thing. You get the connecting the dots. You recognize sometimes he'll give you little things, and it's always drinking related somehow.
Sure.
And you see this is you put the connection together of magic and an element of random chance.
Oh.
We're in wild space.
I don't exactly know what this is, but
I know we don't like this cave.
this feels really dodgy. And I don't mean like just the tingly sensation. I mean it's like being drunk and not seeing the dartboard and just throwing darts at it. Right? It's just whatever happens. That's the feeling I'm getting from this. I think we should get out of this cave.
I think this is probably a good idea. We should probably go fetch our friends, but I don't know
Yeah.
how to get them out of the hole.
Well, I mean, either Crom has figured it out or he's found them. So I'll
And
just
if that's the case, then they're wandering around 200 feet below us. I'm going back.
yeah, we should go
Start just
back
marching
and shout
off.
down the hole. If they've made it back, then we can work it out. But I feel like maybe we should just go down there and get them.
Yeah, go down there and then just climb back up.
Oh, we'll find a way, right?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. So
If you were there, I would agree with you.
after that, we're gonna cut back now as you guys head back to the
Good
hole
idea.
to Ayala and Boz.
And Kron.
Yeah. While we're
not
walking
yet.
back, I immediately
Cron's
start
still
telling a
falling.
story about
Kron
fishing.
still hasn't gotten there yet, but Ayala, after collecting the souls with Boz in lizard form, what are you doing?
I am debating on whether I want to stay there or I want to go forward. Looking upward and around. There's like no ropes, no nothing, right? Okay.
There is nothing indicating that this was designed to be climbable in any way.
Okay. I am gonna go against my better judgment, and I'm gonna slowly start heading down wherever
The
down
pathway is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you start heading down. I'm assuming Boz is following in lizard form. And the pathway continues getting deeper, and even this pathway too starts going down a little more too. And eventually, after another minute or two of kind of walking down, all of a sudden you too feel like your hair is standing on end, even though you don't actually have living body hair anymore.
Right. Well,
Yeah, you don't
hair
have
on my
living
head.
body
Yeah.
hair,
And
his
I don't
scales
have
feel like
hair.
they're sticking out.
But both of you feel like as you enter in, like the air just becomes dense.
Okay.
Because
I'm-
you also have that magic, or you have magic capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
same thing with you, Boz. You both also still have that same feeling that like a slight current is almost going like and running through the magic that you have or can access.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to kind of glance back at him and just tilt my head to the side and be like, do you feel that?
The lizard nods.
Can I roll to see if I can...
If you know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History check.
History? Okay.
Yep.
Do we get advantage because we're magic users?
Nope.
Damn.
DC is lower though.
Much higher for me since I
9.
natural man.
Boz, you do not know.
17.
17.
Tell us,
Finally.
tell us.
Shh! You're not there. Shut up.
Ayala, you know of this specifically with your time at the Capitol.
Okay.
And a lot of the Capitol was home to more than just, the hiking and,
Right.
The most recent fashions. You heard a lot about other stuff. A lot of research also liked to be focused, or there was at least specializations. And one of which, especially with the obsession that people had with magic, is you remember that there are tales of what they call high energy magic areas.
Okay.
And these areas, a lot of research was done in attempts to try to harness this because it seemed that these high energy areas could supercharge magic to a degree, but were very unstable.
Okay.
And some of them were known to wander. So at a time, there could be a high magic area on a major pathway, though very rare, and most of them happened
Right.
in much more secluded areas. But there were reports in some harsh environments that permanent high magic areas may actually settle for decades, like years, decades, maybe even a millennia.
Okay.
Nothing says that they're permanent forever, but feeling this sensation, you're pretty sure that this is a high magic area.
Like magic
you've-
fallout.
Huh?
Like magic fallout, basically, from like a. An
It's
atom
more
bomb
of
kind thing.
a place where the natural magic that exists in the world, for some reason, has been forcibly drawn from surrounding areas into
just sort of-
creating a high density,
Gotcha.
such to an extent that anyone who's got magic capabilities naturally tends to start absorbing this magic, and it affects anything they do. Now, the results and everything are very unknown, and it's a very chaotic nature to it, but some reports are that it can supercharge whatever magic you're attempting.
Okay. So to like Boz and I know it's like a Peter Tingle type situation, but does it, because we are magic users, does it make us feel like warm and tingly inside as
Little
opposed
high.
to scared and tingly? Yeah.
It's much closer to energized and tingly.
Okay.
You just drank a whole
I felt
monster.
that a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'm
bit.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
juicing.
kind of glance back at Boz and then kind of push forward.
Okay.
I'm
So Boz is curious of the feeling.
yeah.
And if she says push forward, he's gonna
Ayala's
follow.
like, hey, I can actually feel something. Let's go.
Yeah. Sensation at last.
Yeah, right?
All right.
Can I make a small retroactive thing?
Yes.
While we were walking back from going and checking out the line, I just want to drag my short sword into the ground, just so there's some sort of visible marker left behind,
Okay.
just on our way back to the hole.
Okay. Makes sense. So you're able to do that.
Do you have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
like
bit
nails on a
annoying.
chalkboard.
It's a bit annoying, but I'm telling you, they'll be thanking us later.
Okay, buddy.
All right. So
Either
as
he
you
did it or I did.
Yeah. As you continue on a little bit, you, after like another minute, you hear a very faint boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna stop. Like, the hell was that?
And Boz would hear it too. Actually, no, you would not hear it, Boz. Your ears are still ringing.
Brother tinnitus.
I'm just like, and I'm gonna pull Mans off of my shoulder and be like, please go see what that was. And I'm gonna put him down.
Okay. And to summarize a little bit of what it is, Mans will run back, and he will find Kron, who
Kron.
is very dusty now. Even more.
Probably got a few dings and dents in him.
He's got like that.
Just got fixed.
Like, he's got marks of just parts of where the wall like scraped.
Just a little scuff.
Yeah, it could be buffed out, but
Scuffing.
he's scuffed up a bit.
Mud scuffing.
And then he,
So I'm assuming he comes back with him.
yeah.
I'd be like,
And he's also got a torch.
won't you?
I'm glad to see you're alive.
How?
Why'd you jump into the hole? It's
Oh.
not fun.
Sweetheart, I didn't jump. The ground gave away.
But it was open.
Yes. Because it was a solid thing, and then it just collapsed out from under us.
So it was a trap.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh.
And Helene managed to make it out, but I was just a little too short, and
You were too
So-
short? You were
It's-
too
you're
short.
not there.
It's not eating use, but what is the lizard?
That's Boz, actually.
I haven't seen the transformation. I was
I-
expecting something smaller.
Yes, I was a little surprised by it, too. She's going to glance at, like,
Yeah.
the scorch marks.
Yeah, I was gonna say let me. He goes and it's like, he like lowers himself down just a bit in front of your head. It's like it's always marked like a burn on your forehead.
She's like, no, that would be me. You know, you're in a cave and something is scurrying after you. I mean, you attack. Little did I know it was Boz. Again.
Okay. So, as is also here now, he caught up. He decided to go after the others. So he stayed up.
Really? Well, then maybe we should go back. But, like, that energy is still drawing at her, and she's like, but there's something here.
It does feel weird in here.
Oh, it feels weird to him too. I forgot. He might be magical. He
See-
mentioned that.
Right. Like he steps past the line and immediately starts talking normal.
It's
My, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I
Ooh.
don't normally feel things unless they physically touch me, and this is a sensation I haven't felt in a while.
My core feels strange.
Does it feel stronger?
It feels faster.
All right.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a good thing for you.
I don't know either. This is a first.
How about you and Boz stay here? She's like,
He's shaking
The lizard
his
shakes its
head
head.
like no.
she's like, I'm aware of it. There's no way out of here through the way that we came in.
It was quite long.
Yes, it was very long.
I don't think I could climb out.
I don't think any of us could climb out. Man's might, because well, and Lizard Boy here.
Boz just climbs over the ceiling or back around and kind of points his back.
Is that what you call showing off?
I think so. And you may be
I'm
able
writable.
You may be able to carry me, but I doubt you're going to be able to carry Kron.
2 trips.
2 trips.
But I didn't say that.
I'm going to look at him, and then I'm going to look at Kron and be like, how about you take Kron up first? Yes. And I'm going to walk back to the skeletons, and I'm just going to sit right in the middle of all 3 of them, and I'm like, I will stay here. And then I guess we're not going.
Lizard grapple.
Right? He just
Wow.
She's like, oh, get it off.
All right. So while you've gone back to the skeletons,
Right.
And you're continuing to argue.
One side is
One side is
Yeah.
the wow.
So, Azure, Helene,
No, I don't
and
think I should.
Mazdamunde, as you're approaching the hole, you hear this arguing going on, but it's just it's just Ayala
Arguing with yourself.
Yeah, it
It's a
seems like
lizard
she's
kennel.
arguing to like a wall or
Right,
something because
right.
there's never any response to it.
Hey.
Fine then. I'm just
Occasionally,
staying here.
Kron chimes in as well, though.
I pick up the pace a little bit and I shut down. Kron, you find him?
Yeah,
You beautiful metal bastard. Well, how do we get you up there? You see a way up?
Well, apparently,
no. Oh,
No.
the lizard can carry us out, but he's being a stubborn ass, and he won't take Kron first. I'm not leaving Kron down here, so if you can take Kron up, I will trust you enough to get on your back and let you take me up.
I mean, that seems inefficient.
Right, but
Well,
no,
okay.
he's like, no, you have to go first. No, I don't want to go first.
Well, no, it seems like you should take the lighter person first. That way you can spend your strength on a second trip, right?
That makes sense to me.
I mean, you only have to get like 10 feet from the surface. I can grab you with my trunk.
Interesting way to be handled.
I can lift like 120 pounds with
I'm
this
just
thing.
gonna scour
I'm
the
a lot
other side
lighter
of the
than
hole
120
right now.
pounds.
As they're
Okay.
sitting here arguing, I'm just gonna
Fine.
go to the other side.
I've been
But-
doing curls with my
Fine,
trunk.
fine.
Oh my
But-
god. Chill.
If he cannot pick Kron up, I'm going back down there with him.
That
Sure, I'll go down
logically
with you.
makes no sense.
If Kron can't make it up, I sure as shit can't. And we'll just have to find a harder way.
But there's a magical force down there.
Yeah, we found it up here too.
Oh.
Coming down this path, I think it's like a big bubble. But
feels-
Thor gave me a bit of a weird feeling from it. Like some craziness was gonna happen. You know, some randomness.
Well, it is Thor.
No, I mean like from the field, that
Oh.
tingly feeling, like some randomness happens. I mean, Thor does
Fine.
like eat his goats who revive every day, but like, you know, that's not exactly as random as maybe
All right,
exploding.
I'm
You
coming up.
worship
Let's
weird
go.
gods.
Your
So-
god
all gods
sounds
are
very
weird.
fish and
That's what I was
So
thinking.
Boz enters just at the entrance where we're supposed to go higher and waits with his back to her.
I'm just gonna be like, gross. And I'm gonna, like,
I'll just shout down and hold
not
my
a
little
wet
symbol.
lizard, I'm
May
not a
Thor
gecko."
hallow you.
and I'm just
Just
gonna.
give him a little blessing.
Thor
Not actually
won't
the
do
spell.
shit for me. And
He
I'm gonna
might.
hold on to Boz and make sure Mans is still with me.
All right. So you are able to hold on to Boz, and because you have a climbing speed, for Ayala and the 100.
Yeah, not even.
Like,
She's probably like
90
100
pounds?
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's dead
So
weight.
She's
though.
like 100 pounds
Dead
soaking
weight.
wet. Yeah, she's just dead weight.
I think
so-
Boss will be fine.
I'm not worried about Ayala. I'm worried about Kron.
Kron will be fine.
And you are a large creature, right?
I'm a large creature, so she can ride me.
Yeah. So you can ride.
Strength is 15.
I'm
it's a
going
lizard.
to throw my fishing line down.
He hooks a Mans. I just look at it and I'm like, I pull it and I hook it into Mans. It's like right under
I
like
got something.
right under his like little bone flesh here, and I'll be like, and as Mans is coming up, he's trying to string me.
Yeah, he like flops around. Pretends to be a fish. No.
He just latches onto your trunk.
I need to breathe for that thing, mate. What are you doing, man?
All right. So I was doing some of that, but with Ayala coming up, you're able to carry her, and as long you're able to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's very awkward because it's just a lizard.
Yeah.
Well, I have a
Well,
knife.
I'm thinking I have like one arm around his neck, while the other I'm kind of holding onto Mans like at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm like this.
So you're able to go and ride him up, and you're able to get up there. And as you get to the top, Mazdamunde, you're able to reach down with the trunk if you let him.
I picture it like a Dumbo moment, like
Yes.
Yeah,
picks
just
down and scoops
lurk-
me up.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna
Wraps
like
around.
wrap my arms around his trunk as he pulls me up,
Yeah,
and I'm
just
gonna be like,
Makes like
"Thank
a
you."
little J, you know. Just
I'm like, keep that trunk. No, I'm just kidding.
all right.
Yeah, when I get up there, I'm just gonna give him like just a kiss on the trunk, be like, thank you.
No worries.
And then I'm gonna unhook Mans from the fishing pole.
So with that, Boz, in your lizard form, you start going back down.
Wait, boys. This might hurt a little, but figure put the fishing line through. It's like 50 pounds of extra weight. Hey, and I.
Just hook
when
him.
he tries to bite him again, I'm gonna be like, I will blast you again.
And I hooked the fishing line in. Yeah, a little tag team effort.
All right. So, Boz, you start to head down. You don't know anything, Boz. For Azure, Helene, Ayala, and Maz, though, as Boz is starting to head down, you start to hear this pattering of footsteps that's coming from the tunnel.
And this is where
The
we
tunnel that
which
was
tunnel?
right behind us.
Huh?
The tunnel up top.
Nope. From down below.
Tunnel down below.
Yes.
Oh, further in.
And
Further
Boz
in.
can't hear.
Boz cannot hear.
It's like his ears are ringing for some
For
reason.
some
Yeah.
strange
Ooh.
reason.
Okay, how far down is he?
Boz just started.
Can I jump on his back? Acrobatics.
Really?
You-
After y'all
okay,
gave me shit.
roll acrobatics.
You know what? I'm trying to warn him. I don't know that he can't hear, but
I don't appear to be acting like I can.
we're all looking at each other, and you're just like,
You start jumping. I'm like, wait. I don't think it makes any difference if he knows or not.
11.
she just misses Boz completely.
So Boz, you're going
Just does the Assassin's Creed.
You're like,
evil
I'm gonna
dive.
get it. You just, and even with your ring, you hear this, "Ah," as you see Helene free fall right past you, and then hit the slide and kind of bounce and roll a little and go down.
Boz just. And then just.
So before you go in for that though, so you panicked or you reactionary just kind of jumped in.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
for Mazamunde, Ayala, and Azure now, you all hear the pattering of footsteps and a little clank starting as it seems probably a group of kobolds are coming up the path from deeper down below.
I'm going to jam my. Is the soil is like what we're standing on? Is it just?
It is
Hard
like
rock.
solid.
It's rock, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
It's
be able
rock
to wedge
hard.
I'm not gonna be able to wedge the old fishing line. I'm just gonna like spin it loose, undo the spool a little bit, and just give it plenty of slack for him to go down. I'm gonna hold it with my thighs, and I'm just gonna pull my sword and my shield and clang my short sword to my shield, just sort of signal to everybody else that I hear something.
All right, so you
I
start.
should be able to hear that.
Or at least feel the vibration.
You hear clanging, but at the same time also you hear the clanging, and Helene just dropped down. You're very probably confused right now.
He's going after Helene now.
I'm going to call down to Kron and be like,
How heavy is
you need to
Helene?
get the fuck out of there. You're not alone.
It's like I can't. I'm the oh.
Boz is coming, and Helene might be on her way down.
It's like she's like I've already
Light enough
got
to take your
her.
fishing line.
Yeah, I was gonna say
All
because
right.
I attached the fishing line to him,
Yeah.
so
I'll just look to
he's
him and be
brought
like-
it down.
Is the fishing line strong enough to hold Helene?
I mean, what's she weigh? Like 50, 60 pounds? It could
Probably
take that.
not.
30.
I'm gonna call.
Oh yeah,
I heard the
I'll call
echoes.
bigger fish than that.
I'm gonna call down and I'm gonna be like, Kron, when you see Helene hit bottom,
She's already here.
I'm here.
hook her
Stop.
to the fishing line, and then
Oh, please, no.
If
climb
it's
on
been
back.
12 seconds, I'm already down.
Yeah.
It needs to happen now.
So as you're calling that out, these steps
I
are
poke-
getting very loud.
Okay, I'm gonna poke
Like-
him in the face when he gets closer to me, and I'm gonna point, and then I'm gonna like.
As you're kind of doing the thing, you have Kron there trying to wrap a wire around. Like, please hold still.
Okay.
This is not making it easier.
Okay, I'm sorry. You, get on his back. I can finish wrapping this real quick.
How big is the tunnel that leads into this room?
Yeah, so I can just like
How
hook it
wide?
on my
Yeah, like how
Your
wide is
dress.
the
skirt
entrance?
or
Or you
something.
actually wrap
It's
something
at this point right
That's
here.
one that
where I
goes
can hook
deeper
it to
in.
the
So it'd be
line.
like
That's
yeah.
not gonna be comfortable.
It's roughly about 10 feet.
Either is jumping down a
10
giant
feet across.
cliff.
And does it?
fine.
You're gonna have to. Probably
I
make
assume this whole
some
place looks a
makeshift
bit
harness you want to be
rough,
comfortable.
right?
Otherwise,
Carved into the
just let it
stone.
pull.
Oh, yeah,
Or is
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get the feeling, if I were to, hypothetically, cast Shatter on that tunnel, do you think I could bring it down?
After we pull
Probably
it
After we
not,
pull-
given
on the
how
far
far
tunnel,
it's
the one that goes
in.
deeper.
Given that it's gone
50 foot,
in,
right?
how far in you've gone, it is probably solid stone all around. So the chances of actually being able to break off solid rock that much to actually block it is very, very unlikely.
Yeah, if it was softer rock, then maybe. But no.
Good job.
Just a thought. Well, something
Now,
to keep in the back pocket.
As you're thinking about that, I want Ayala and Azure. I want you to
I can catch
make
that
me, just make me
Hey.
intelligence checks.
Okay. I'm glad it's me and not my hand.
It's just me and my hand.
1.
18.
Nat 1.
I don't know.
She's licking the wall.
That rock looks
Azure,
like salt.
you're getting a little battle crazed with the idea that you might get to fight something.
The
And you can't think
bloodlust.
of anything else.
The bloodlust.
I know
Ayala.
what my next plan of action is now.
You hearing the footprints and knowing and being able to look down with the torch that Kron still has
Oh, great.
and realizing that they have not started ascending yet, you're getting very doubtful that they'll be able to make it to the top before the kobolds arrive.
I'm gonna look to.
And at this point, like, Kron is now just starting to climb onto Boz.
Okay.
And Kron is heavy. Calculation-wise, you are able to carry him. But this is not a...
I'm not. I can't dash with him on me.
No.
I can move at my normal speed.
Yeah.
At 30, which is gonna take me 30 seconds to climb this thing.
I am going to look to Maz, and I don't think they're gonna make it out in time.
Can I peek?
but all right.
We're obviously standing in the middle of this. Can
From
I
what
peek
I
down
know,
the tunnel
right?
and see?
They spookies.
You see nothing down
They
below.
do.
There's no signs, and you don't hear
if we
anything
work
down
together,
below.
I bet we could get
Down
the piss
below is
out.
quiet.
But then how would we get back up?
We're talking about the tunnel.
Well,
up
we just
above.
need to give
Well, you
Biden
jump down.
time to get
Yes.
up, right? And
Yes.
we just gotta spook them
The
back
tunnel
down
up
the
above
tunnel.
is where the kobolds are coming from.
I thought they were coming
I
from below.
thought that they were coming from below.
Yeah, that's where I thought too. They were coming.
I
from.
apologize. No. So
Okay.
the tunnel up above,
Right.
Okay.
Eh, well,
they're
shit.
coming from the bottom side of the
I guess
tunnel
I
up
didn't
above.
need to warn you then. You were already coming back up.
She wouldn't
Yeah.
have jumped if they were coming
So
from above.
they're coming
That's okay.
towards us then.
Up top, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you guys.
Give the fishing line.
I apologize, yes.
That's okay.
To be honest, I'm pretty sure he could do more damage with that longsword than I could with my short sword.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stay half and half.
I'm gonna look.
As I reach onto my back and grab the warhammer that I have, I slowly hold it over to you.
You
have made a friend
for life.
You're going on a rampage, brother.
She's like,
Pull out the sword.
hold them off. I'm going too. And I like pat around and I
Yes.
have my quarterstaff. I'm like,
All right.
let's go.
We roll deep now.
As I'm hearing what's going on and Kron's hearing what's going
You
on
hear
and
war
Boz
cry-
is
yeah.
clueless.
You hear war cries coming up from that. But you're also like ready as you see
Wait.
Yeah, you
you
see
can't
Boz-
go.
so here's
You have the fishing line and it's on me.
Yeah, so it's actually a thing of Boz
got
starts to climb slowly with
You
Kron.
like let go.
And
of
Lee,
the
you're
dog.
ready, and it's like
I went
the
through
line's
it.
not moving at all.
Hey,
And all of a
you
sudden
gotta
I
pull
start
me
feeling
up.
the- oh shit. And I sort of stuff it into my bag. And I
While he's reeling it up, I'm gonna reach out and grab the wire and try to pull it.
So it is
As I
also a thing of
start
like you're reeling up
running up
30
the
pounds
side,
of
I'm
dead.
like,
of like dead weight.
Sure.
It's not.
It's not dead weight. I'm
I
trying
can.
to run up the side.
My strength
too.
is 16.
Yeah, he's strong.
I tried.
I'm a
It
big,
is
strong boy.
It's more of just the movement of
Right.
I was like, just fly fish her and snap her back.
Thankfully, I have well-trained muscles for this kind of work.
Oh yeah, it's not a. You can definitely pull it. You have the strength.
Right.
It's how quick you can.
Right.
Because you have
Thankfully,
to.
there's no water resistance. It's just fighting gravity.
Unfortunately, it's 30 pounds. So, Boz has started his thing.
Would that be like a? Would that be like a survival check to try to figure out how fast I can try, or?
No, it's gonna be
Okay,
a strength of just trying to do it as quick as you can.
Gotcha.
But given the circumstance right now, the kobolds are not yet in sight. But again, it's going to take Boz at this point. We're gonna say he started climbing already.
120 feet, 30 feet is 30 feet. That's 6 times 4, 24 seconds.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them, and I'm going to head towards the kobolds.
So you're going to cross over the gap.
Yep.
You have to jump.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna look to Maz and be like,
Wait,
throw me.
I thought that everybody. Wait, which side of the gap are they
your
coming
trunk.
from? Deeper in?
I feel like this might be a poor idea.
Yeah,
I think we
the
have a better
kobolds are coming
chance
from
of
deeper in.
Okay. As far as I
stopping
knew,
them from crossing
Ayala,
the gap,
when she
right?
was
'Cause
brought
they
up,
gotta
would have been
climb
brought
over.
up probably on the far side because
Yes.
you guys are thinking of
Okay,
getting
okay.
out.
Is
It'd
it
be like
enough?
giving up a moat.
Is it 30 feet away, or you said it was 10, right? A 10.
The gap, yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 foot.
Can I cast minor illusion over there and cast it as the spirits that I have chained to me, but cast it as like the spirits with like their little skulls and stuff and everything in them?
That's pretty good. I mean, can you
on.
make a matter illusion to make the floor look like it's back?
I
walk
think
through
that
it.
might be a little too big of an area for minor illusion, but
5
I'm
by
double
5.
checking.
Oh, it is a 5x5.
Well, then maybe just
Yeah,
that.
so
Can I
make
make
the
it
edge
look
look-
like the floor, the edge of the floor is in, and like kind of move it as they're walking towards or something?
just stretch the
Yeah.
terrain a little bit
it'll
longer
look like
than it actually
the hole
is.
would only appear to be, instead of 10 by 10, there's
It'd
going to
be
be
5 by 5.
it's going to be 5 by 5, or there's a slight chunk of it.
it would be like 10 by 5. Or actually, no, you can only do a 5 by 5 area.
But it
Right.
would be, say for example, it'll look shallower than it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So
By
It would,
2
yeah.
feet.
like if you
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
donut and you just bring it in a little bit.
Yeah, except
it's
it's
got,
not
like-
the entirety of it. It would
Right.
actually just be like there's a 5-foot section on one, but then there would still be gaps on the outside.
Yeah. So they'll think it's farther away.
Yeah.
Or
Then it
when they
really
go
well,
to
you're
jump from
hoping
it-
the.
if
Yeah.
they're going to jump from it, they'll take a step right where they think the edge
Yeah.
is.
So like the hole's here, but like I can only cast up to there, so they just have like a little ledge. that
It's
they
what you're
don't-
hoping will happen.
Yes,
Right.
that's what I'm hoping what will happen.
And if they do make it across, we'll bat and burg them.
Yes.
All
Absolutely.
right. So, Azure, what are you doing?
I'm playing off that Nat 1 in the battle crazed. I'm sorry for your illusion. As fully recognizing that there is battle and feeling this thump in my chest I haven't felt in weeks.
fight, 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 fight.
I'm like, man,
Blood.
restrain him. Mance is like,
Grabs the ankle and that's just
grab
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one hand on him.
just pulls him by the horn.
Are you jumping the gap and going at him?
Oh, he
I'm
grabs
going,
his-
yeah,
grabs
I'm
his
full
tail.
forcing at him.
Okay. So, as you're casting illusion, Azure jumps over, and because they're still not in sight, are you charging blindly ahead, or are you kind of like trying to post up ready for them to come and hit you?
I just see him being like, like Xena Warrior
Okay,
Princess
he's
down the
being
hall.
smart. He's gonna go across the gap, go forward a little bit, and he's gonna post. He's not just gonna run in head crazy. I rolled a 16. He's
Okay.
not being that stupid.
All right, so you're posting up. Ayala's on the backside. We've got Mazdamunde frantically calling.
still
Go ahead.
fishing. Now that Az is on that side, I'll be like, all right, now I'll throw you.
Okay.
As long as you got some backup over there, and I'll sort of stop it from descending.
You get to catch
right?
me.
And I'll just grab it
Jump
with my
that distance,
legs,
you have to toss me.
and I'll
Like,
both
throw
hands
me.
and the trunk wrapped around, just heave you across the gap.
Okay.
Roll me a strength check.
All right.
Swear to
Sir,
God, if I had
Mr.
anything else-
Tiefling, are you gonna catch me? He's throwing me across to be with you.
That's pretty good.
I don't think that he's fully he's fully entrained on the battle.
I just
It's
like
gonna smack him in
Laugh
the
I'm
at
fully
him.
trained on the battle.
Just a flat straight
and you
tick,
put an
right?
illusion behind me.
22.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
Now the question is, can I land it?
Make me an acrobatics check.
You know, because it is definitely that situation too of I could then
hit
like
my
even if I
dice.
did look back, there's now a minor illusion behind me. I'm now confused.
Yeah, there's more terrain than you
what's that?
remembered.
That was a 6.
Kind of takes a step into it, falls back in.
So you toss her with more than enough strength. She clears it, but unfortunately, like, she was just kind of loose and letting you get all the momentum. And at the very end, you're like, oh, maybe I can. And you reach out 1 foot, and you're well past the edge of it. So there's no worry about you
Right.
falling back in. You reach out 1 foot, but unfortunately, you stretch out a little bit too far. So the back of your heel kind of hits, and it slides right forward, and you land right on your ass.
Well, I was thinking because I do have those stitch marks down my legs that maybe when I hit, one of my bones just went, and I'm like, ew.
If you want, yeah.
And I'm
You
like,
just push it back
I
in.
just feel like my seams just rip on my leg, and I'm like, ouch.
And you said I was gross.
And I
Great, we're gonna die in a cave with a corpse bride and a shapeshifter.
and I'm gonna look at Mans, and I'm gonna be like, put it back together. And then I'm gonna regain footing on like a foot, while Mans is attempting to crack my bones back into place.
Or he just has to hold you there.
Yeah, I
for
was
the
just
battle.
thinking like he holds my ankle and my foot in place.
The
Temporary
closer they
Band-Aid.
get, when they sound
It's a
about
temporary band-aid.
Yeah.
Demand state.
when they sound a bit closer,
They are very close.
they're very close. Then I'm
You
gonna
can
cast.
you
I'm gonna cast
actually-
guidance on my mains.
Okay,
my
you
main
have
man over
visual as they're coming in. And with the
there.
total
Never
set,
mind. I have
Boz,
to touch the
you're about
creature. I'm
halfway
gonna touch
up.
myself and
Okay,
give
then
You're
myself
gonna be
guidance.
about, so you're going to be 2 rounds out. Helene, because Maz has also been taking some extra time to do some extra things, it's gonna require 3 rounds for you to get all the way up. Of Maz continuing to row up, Azure's pointed up, and Kron is riding Maz. But at that point, the kobolds are charging forward as you see them laughing and howling themselves, coming up the tunnel, crazed and ready for something to happen. And that's where we're going to end the
no,
episode.
can we please go on? I already have my spells lined up and everything.
It is already 9:30.
Yeah.
But,
Man.
so, that is where we're going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching,
Actual
everyone. Next time, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Didn't think it would go this way, but I'm glad it did today. So, we hope you enjoyed watching. And as always, we are to die for.
Bye.
See ya.